It's Too T3rpd.
Alright, question number one.
What's up?
Question number one.
Question number one.
Yeah, freestyle?
I can? We're freestyling?
Hit that
right
shit.
off the bat? Okay.
Hit that shit.
Okay. Hey. Chillin'. This is a reunion. Feeling kinda good. Smoking on something, feeling superhuman. This a fucking movement. You can see me do it if you really watch me. You could.
Hey, let's get it. My homie in here. You know he about to kill it. My homie Dubz about to go nuts. Yeah, it's Too T3rp. What up? Whoa! Had to go ahead and finish it out.
Nice.
Come on now, I gotta finish it out.
There it is.
You already know. Let's get it. Y'all already know. This is a special episode today. This is a fucking reunion, y'all.
Reunion.
This shit epic as shit.
Episode 93 baby right here.
That's right.
Both coming fresh off our birthdays.
Hell yeah, we had the 92.
Yeah.
Gotta bring it back with the 93.
Yeah, here we are.
Fuck yeah. This shit about to be nuts, y'all. So I gotta do a little explaining before we do this. This one is like fucking historical right here. I haven't seen this man since what?
We did, so we went to 6th grade together.
Yup.
And then we had a reunion in the 7th grade, I think.
I think
we
you're
went
right.
to Six Flags.
That's right. I
that
forgot
was the last
about
times
that.
that was the last time we ever saw each other.
That's right.
It was right then, yup.
Yup. And then, boy, a couple weeks ago, shout out to the homie Living Soil.
Yep.
He hit me up. He was like, hey, you know somebody named Dakota? And I was like, fuck yeah. He was like, he said you guys were friends and like best friends like 6th grade. I was like, fuck yeah. He was like, oh, well, he's up here right now. I'm like, get out of here. This is my fucking bro.
Yeah.
So then he starts following me. We get to talking. Like, we're going to link soon.
Yep.
But, hey, we made it happen the best way possible.
Yep.
Here we are today.
Yeah.
And we got my fucking homie, Dakota, in the motherfucking building.
It's awesome. Yeah, I really wanted to make the reunion here on the podcast. I mean, that's super special after all these years.
Hell yeah.
We didn't meet up even once before this. I came up. We just met with each other like less than an hour ago.
Yup.
And we're sitting here. We wanted to start talking, trying to save all of it for the podcast. So that's what's going on.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
Real good, man. Real good. Just doing my thing. I got kicked out of school early in high school.
Really?
Yep. Started college a year early. Didn't finish out. Got an opportunity to move to Colorado when I was 19.
Okay.
Moved out there to a big collective farm. It was a medical collective farm where there was multiple people there with their plant counts. So it was like a 300 plant plus outdoor grow that they had going because they were doing 99 plant counts at the time out there.
Yeah.
So I moved out there. I was helping them grow. I was processing a lot of hash out there. Yeah, and helping them out. I was out there for a couple years and moved around quite a bit after that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's been real good.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, before we go any further, though, I
Yeah.
forgot to introduce our other co-host of the day. I mean, every day. He always around. Y'all already know.
Yeah, I'm starting to live here now. We got no socials tea behind the scenes.
Yo.
A.K.A. Tyler Farquaad. Make the lady say, oh, my God. Yeah. It's a new one we got.
Behind the scenes on my knees.
Oh, shit. Not in this bitch. All right.
That's for the OnlyFans again.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I ain't that type of boss. Ain't no Harvey Weinstein's going on this way. Oh, shit. Okay. Back to serious topics. Now, let's go back to weed. Yeah, man. So, shit. Keep going.
Yeah, so you want me to just keep going from there where I kind of bounced around to? Okay.
Yeah.
So I moved out to Colorado. I was out there for a while. Came back to Missouri just here and there for visit family and whatnot. Ended up moving back to Colorado. Got my own place. Was doing my own medical grow there. Went from there. I moved down to Arizona for a little bit to Phoenix. Stayed in Phoenix for a little under 1 year. Doing cannabis consulting down there. Then there was something called the Dakota Access Pipeline. People were protesting this oil pipeline going on. My girlfriend at the time was really into that movement, and she was feeling called to go up there. We couldn't really find out what was going on social media. They were like blocking everything. So we drove up to North Dakota, it's like right on the North Dakota, South Dakota line, to Standing Rock. And helped out there. I was up there like chopping wood, and she was working in the kitchen and stuff. And it was like this huge community of people that were there. And every day people would drive out to the pipeline where they were trying to put a pipeline across the river.
Right.
And people would literally chain themselves to it, climb inside the pipes. Every single day, more and more people would go out there, so they physically couldn't build the pipeline because it was going to contaminate headwaters for
Got you. For
not
the whole
only
community.
the whole community and a huge part of America, because it was like the headwaters up there.
Really?
It flows down. Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
So we were up there for a while. That was huge.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they were coming over top of us with planes, and they were like crop dusters.
Yeah.
That they used to like drop stuff on crops. They were coming over and dropping stuff on us. We didn't know what it was. A lot of people were getting sick. There was thousands and thousands. I don't know, maybe like between probably 5,000 to 10,000 people.
Really?
At this community. Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's what made me end up leaving, was them coming over. It was like it was a very spiritual event for me, though.
Okay.
It was kind of like, it was like the safest I ever felt kind of spiritually, but also the most kind of in danger I felt just in general. They're coming over with the planes. You got to cross a military roadblock to even get there.
Okay.
And then they had a whole fake camp set up. You cross the military roadblock, they're acting all nice and everything. They're like, yeah, go down there, like you'll see the protesters on the left. And you'll see them, there's a bunch of trash, like some busted up tents and stuff, some drunk people and stuff. And it's literally a decoy. And then there was one person there, and they're like, keep going down the road. Like, keep going. They're like whispering to me, they're like, go, and then take a left. And then you find the real community. They got windmills set up, solar panels. Like there's literally a 24-hour fire and drum circle that never stops.
Really?
Yes, it's like 24/7 prayer. And it's probably still going to this day. You can't really find much about it on social media.
Really?
Everything we tried to post about it, for years afterwards, would all get blocked. It would never even let us post about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at us getting some exclusive shit.
Yeah. So that was pretty huge. And then from there, so we were feeling, pretty scared to be there. So got called to leave. And it was around October, and I had heard about harvest time in Oregon, in southern Oregon, Northern California.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's just drive out there. So we drove out there. I found out how easy it was in Oregon to actually get licensed as a marijuana worker.
Okay.
And it was really easy out there. So I was with my girlfriend and one other person. We all got licensed as marijuana workers. And then the next day got to drive out to a farm working for a company called Relief Society. And they were just a harvest crew. So we just go through the different farms and just process their harvesting. So that was really awesome. Got to see like between 10 to 20 farms out in southern Oregon like that.
Really?
Made some lifetime connections out there.
That's hard.
Yep. And then moved back to Colorado. Did a little bit of growing there. Then moved back to Missouri, and that was about 5 years ago. And that was around the time that cannabis was becoming legalized here and everything was changing here.
Yep.
This is where my family's at. So came back here and traveling the whole country. I really realized how beautiful Missouri is, how alive it is, how green everything is here. Like living in Colorado for most of that time, it's really beautiful. Everything's really grand, the mountains, rivers and everything, but it's a high desert. There's not nearly as much life there. And being here, seeing everything so overcome with green, it's really nice to come home. And I mean, I've loved it ever since I've been here. So yeah, I'm in no hurry to leave.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what I like to hear, man.
Yep.
That's what I love to hear, as a matter of fact. All right, so trying to think, should we smoke a little something now and then kind of start getting into shit?
I'm down with whatever. We could smoke. Yeah, we could roll something up and still talk a little bit while we're rolling up. Whatever.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I already know you said you want to get down on the content.
We could. If it's just me and you, I don't want it just to be like a personal thing, but we can.
I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, let's do it.
I see he talking that shit. He's like, no, I won't make it personal. And then he's like, let's do it.
I said it's supposed to be a few people, not just like me versus you.
I know. Well, shout out to the homie Lila. She was doing family day today. That's hard.
Yeah. So should I go ahead and grab this? I got some bud here in this case. Go ahead and grab it out.
Hell yeah. Dipping into the fun box.
Yeah.
Now, before we started, you were talking about the packaging, which was really cool.
Yeah. So this is a little company I started. I don't have a brick and mortar or online. I've just been doing word of mouth. It's called UWA. It's a LLC. Offerings of Health and Happiness is what it stands for. I'm selling a bunch of cannabinoids. These cartridges here have the CBN, CBG, CBD, CBV, CBT in it, and plant-derived terpenes, and that's all that's in there. There's nothing else. And then it's in the biodegradable packaging, like you were saying. The packaging itself, you could take this and throw it into your garden if you wanted to, and it would act as a carbon material, and it would just biodegrade in there. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. If it got dropped on the ground or anything, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay. Okay, so the biggest question that I got for you right now, CBD, is that CBC?
Yeah, CBC.
You got to already explain that. I know this at school. So.
I know like 2 of those words.
Yeah, so each one does have its own little kind of specialties.
Okay.
I'm not exactly versed in every one, and the studies are so new, it's hard to say like specifically which each one was.
Okay.
I know that this is some of the most medicinal cannabinoids on the market and known, and I basically just got them all in there.
Gotcha.
They're all very similar to CBD.
Okay.
So they're all very similar to CBD.
Dope.
Some of them have shown, like I know CBN has shown really high effects against cancer, tumors, shrinking tumors. CBG is known as the mother cannabinoid. So CBG can actually change into other cannabinoids based upon heat or different things.
Right.
So yeah, and then CBT, there's all different ones in there. CBT, like that's in there. I honestly can say that I don't know anything particularly about that one that I can say.
Okay.
But I do know. So I get the cannabinoids as a raw extract. They're all extracted from one plant. They're all extracted from one plant and then tested to show the percentages of each cannabinoid.
Okay.
So it's not like each one is extracted from a different source. They're all from one plant and put in there.
Okay.
And another thing about those CBD cartridges, and the reason you don't see a lot of CBD cartridges, or it's harder for people to make CBD cartridges themselves, is because CBD goes what they call crystalline really easily. So it crystals up.
Right.
It crystals up really easy. So usually when people try to put it into cartridges, it'll sit there from the different heat or just sitting there. It'll crystal up and it won't smoke right. This is a crystal-free formula. It's a crystal-resistant formula that I sourced, and that's what's able to give it the shelf life and the usability in the cartridges.
Okay. So with that being said, what's the best way to store the cartridges?
Basically just out of the sun.
Okay.
But with this, I mean, even like this, whatever would really be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Even if it was in your car, I wouldn't see any problem. I mean, in your pocket.
Okay.
You're not going to have really any problems.
Okay.
You could start to lose a little bit of the terpenes. The terpenes would be the most volatile thing in there that you'd lose at the lowest temperature.
Okay.
You'd lose a little bit of the terpenes. Other than that, yeah, wouldn't have to really worry about it.
That's what's up. Here, I got you. You could use the grinder. Yeah, shout out to Living Soil, as a matter of fact.
Oh, this is
his shit. Yeah, this is merch.
Living Soil.
Brody.
The reconnector. Yeah, I really like him.
So, man, he's been guiding me along this cannabis journey, along with a couple other homies. But okay, so now let's get into your growing.
Okay.
So when did you first start growing?
I first ever had my first plant. I'm trying to think if it was before or after we met. I was very, very young.
Damn.
I had a plant growing from a seed that I had. I had a little speaker box in my room, and I had put a bulb inside of it, and I had the wire running to it just like it was a speaker. And I was growing some weed right in my bedroom when I was a kid. I'll have to maybe we'll get my mom on the podcast one day. I'll have to ask her the exact age because I kind of forgot. But I ended up getting caught with that one before I could flower it.
Really?
No. So yeah, it was in bed. Should never flowered that. So officially, I was between 19 and 20 when I moved to Colorado. And I moved to that collective, and I started growing cannabis there. I'm now 29, so it's been 10 years solid. Yep.
This boy considered the OG in this shit. I need to start calling you Serge.
Yeah, me and Donovan, we go way back.
Fuck yeah,
Sixth
man.
grade, we were the closest ones in sixth grade for real. Yeah, we straight kicked
dog,
it. Yeah.
Man.
Now's your time to throw some shade from all the way back then.
Oh, shit.
Give all the dirty deeds.
Oh, shit.
No, you wouldn't believe how good we were.
Yeah,
People
real.
really wouldn't.
For real.
I remember this other dude. And I don't know if you want to call him out or not, but I remember him being with us. He was a little bit of older friend. He didn't go to the same school we did. And he was over at my house, and he'd like say some cuss words sometimes. Donovan called him out. He's like, no. He's like, stop with that. Like, don't be cussing around Dakota. Like, this is my boy. You ain't going to disrespect him like that.
Clutching your pearls over there.
Yeah, that's the type of kids we were.
Now look at me. Nah, this always been my bro, man. Like, I remember the first time he came into class, like, he was so different from everybody else, and I was too. That's why we got along so well, because it's like, you know, we're not necessarily your typical Christian kids. You know, that's the type of school that we went to. So I'm finally like, oh, shit, somebody else who like to do fun stuff. So I'm like, okay, let's get it. Shit, this is the first person that got me to jump on trampolines for real. Got me jumping off of houses and shit on the trampolines.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
I'll tell you, man, we used to kick it.
Yep.
Play what was that, PlayStation back in the day? At that point, it was like PS2.
Yeah, PS2 was out. Get down on that. Get down on the trampoline.
Yup.
We're the only
ride
ones.
Bikes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the only ones not really doing our work in school.
Yup.
Only one. There's only 5 people in our grade.
Yup.
Was it 6?
6.
6 people in our whole entire grade.
Jeez.
In the whole entire grade. So, and me and Donovan not doing our schoolwork. It's not like. I'd be sitting there in class and like they'd be like, okay, time to turn in your work, and it's like I just don't walk up there to turn mine in. And was it Miss Jeffries?
No, Miss.
I had her name earlier and I forgot it.
Man,
Gerald.
Miss Gerald.
Yeah. Miss Gerald would be like Dakota, like you didn't walk up here to turn in your work. And it's like, yeah, I didn't do it. I just sit there and not do my work. I don't know.
We be sitting up there talking or something like that, doing something. I don't know.
Just not doing what we're supposed to.
For real though. I feel like that was partially heard of too.
Yeah, we still learned a lot. I mean, it was
did.
private school, so they still passed us.
Yeah, you already know.
But I feel like I learned more because I went to public school every other year in my life. I honestly feel like I learned more that year than I probably did every other year combined.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
To be honest.
All right. Well, all right.
So she did something right.
Yeah, she did. She taught us a lot. I feel like she was actually like pretty hard on me.
Yeah.
Which I kind of appreciate now looking back, because like she kind of taught me how to really kind of be somewhat disciplined, even though I wasn't like with schoolwork. She kind of gave me a couple of like reality checks in a way.
Yeah.
Because like everybody else just let me get away with shit, and she was like, nah, like you're smart, but like you just don't do the work. Like, you know, you get away with everything. I'm not going to let you do that. And it was kind of like, fuck her. But you know, now it's like looking back on like, all right, you know, she was on to something. I'll give it to her.
They didn't let us go on the school trip.
Yeah.
We're like the only 2 in history ever not to get to go on the school trip.
Yep.
Because we didn't do our work.
Yep.
We
had to stay back.
Stay back and clean trash cans.
I forgot all about that.
We stayed back and clean trash cans.
That's right, we
Straight
did.
up.
Yup. Look at us now. I'm gonna keep saying that this whole episode. Everybody look back on this shit. This is epic. Anybody that we know, we gotta them watch this shit and be like, yeah, look at us now.
For real.
This shit is hard though. I mean, shit, we are thriving now. Shit, we doing successful things, you know.
I'm happy.
Hell yeah, man. So talk to us a little bit about this CBD company.
The CBD company, you know, it's not exactly like thriving or anything. It's definitely just word of mouth, and it's just a few people that I've been giving the CBD to.
Sounds like it's thriving to me then.
This is my first time really publicly talking about it. So, yep, here it is. I mean, it's really all high. It's extremely high quality stuff, though. You know, the cannabinoids that are in it, the plant derived terpenes, the packaging. It's all the best that I could source, and I did use my years of knowledge to source all that. I've been focused on the Bitcoin stuff for the last year. Okay. So it was the same time I started the CBD company. I kind of found out about this Bitcoin mining. And so I've kind of been focused on that for the last year.
So explain Bitcoin and mining to me. Okay. I know a little bit, but I don't know enough to even talk about it.
Bitcoin itself is a currency, fully digital currency that started, I don't know what year it started, but early 2000s is definitely when it became popular. And it's a digital currency that you basically can exchange all the currencies for, and it's accepted internationally at the same exchange rate. And it's like the first ever kind of real digital currency that has use cases that can actually be used. So yeah, it's a digital currency.
Okay.
There's not really that much more to understand than that. It's just like another form of money, except it's all online.
But the mining part, I know
The mining part of it, yeah. So the mining is definitely a little more complicated. The easiest way to think about it is you buy hardware. I use graphics cards, so the same thing you would use in like a high-end gaming or video editing computer. And you use that hardware, that graphics card, to solve what they call cryptographic puzzles. And that's why they're calling it cryptocurrency. You're solving these cryptographic puzzles, and it's basically unlocking little pieces of Bitcoin, and it's storing it into your wallet.
So it's almost like a game, almost.
It's almost like that, and it's all based off of how, and it gets pretty complicated when you start getting into what it's all based off of, and it's these algorithms and these different mathematical equations that Bitcoin was started with. So it's like however many people are trying to mine it, you get less and less.
Got it.
And then the more that it's worth, you get more and more. So and it has all these different ways of balancing itself out. So as its value goes up, more people will mine it. So it kind of stays like in a certain range of profitability.
Okay.
When I first started, it was hugely profitable, and now it's far less, like 10% of what it was. But it fluctuates. It fluctuates as the market fluctuates. It fluctuates.
Right.
Crypto's coming back, but it's down still pretty big right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been focusing on that for the last year. Now I'm kind of at a stable point where I'm not really needing to focus on that. It's at like a passive point, because once you really get it going, it's pretty passive.
Okay. So it's almost like the real stock market in a way.
Yeah, it's kind of like the stock market. Yeah. Basically, with the mining, you have your cost up front and then a little bit in electricity. So the return on investment when I first bought my first machine was like 4 to 6 months, and you get your return on investment. And then after that, you're basically it's all profit.
Okay.
Now it's like more like 2 years. It's more like a 2-year return on investment. So, it's like in the beginning it was like a really, really good business model. Now, not so much. But if you think about what I'm mining today, as it gets stored in a wallet, and as the crypto market goes back up, it'll also go back up. Okay. So yeah, my profits are way smaller now. If I wait, they could go up. So it's definitely there's a little bit of risk involved, and the less you know about crypto, the riskier it seems. That's for sure. The more I understand about it, the easier it becomes for me to become more invested in it, because I really think it's the future. Okay.
I do too. Honestly, I'm just nervous about it to really dig into it, even though I know it's not going anywhere.
Yep.
It's too. I feel like it's too much out there now for it to go anywhere.
Yep. Bitcoin especially.
Yeah.
And then Ethereum's the next one, which you probably heard of, ETH.
I have.
Okay, yeah, ETH and Bitcoin, they're the big ones right now.
Okay. And then I guess that Dogecoin, that was a bust, wasn't it?
Well, a lot of people made money. I made a lot of money off of SHIB.
Okay.
And it was like a Doge kind of follow-up thing. And I got in early enough on that to make a lot. End up losing a lot of it. I was able to spend some, pull some out and whatnot, get mining equipment. But I lost here recently when it all crashed down. I still had a lot in there. So,
okay, I got you.
I did lose a ton.
It's one of those things that you gotta know when to pull.
You gotta know when to pull, yeah.
Got it.
So I pulled some, and I did all right. It wasn't fully devastating. But from what I put in, watching it climb so high, pulling some out, it was all good. But then it comes crashing back down. It's pretty crazy, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, that's not the most important thing, and just don't put anything in that you can't lose. That's basically the rule at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, don't put anything in that you can't lose, and as long as you're still eating and paying your bills at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Hell yeah! Oh shit! I feel like that's the same thing with like even giving money away. I feel like you need to follow that same rule of thumb, because you might not get it back, and you got to be cool with like not getting it back the majority of the time. I feel like. Yep. So yeah, that's a good rule of thumb.
So yeah, that's crypto. I'm getting out of it a little more now. I'm getting back more into the growing side of things.
Okay.
I've still been growing the whole time. I've had like just 2 plants going. Okay. Like I was saying earlier, I just had 2 plants growing at the house. They're going in 60-gallon pots, so they're pretty huge plants. And I'm following a veganic growing method now. Okay. Which a lot of people haven't heard of. And that's just not using any animal products.
Really?
Not using any animal products at all in my soil.
Okay. So wait, Then that means, do you not do living soil then?
It is a living soil still, yeah. So it's got the microbiology in it, the fungus and the whatnot that makes it considered a living soil. There's no worms in it, but the microbiology, as far as the fungus and bacteria that's in it, makes it considered a living soil.
Okay.
Yeah. Things I don't use that would commonly be used in living soil are things like bone meal. I wouldn't use like a bat guano, blood meal, different manures, like fish bone meal or fish meal. I don't use that. I don't use any of those things. And I used to use all those things. I used to follow a super soil recipe that, why am I spacing on his name? I'll think of his name in a minute. This old time grower, Subcool. His name's Subcool. He has this super soil recipe. He was one of the first ones to put out like what was called the super soil recipe. And it's basically a recipe you just get all your amendments in there in the beginning, and you don't have to add any bottled or liquid nutrients.
Got it.
And that's what's so great about it. You do all the work in the beginning, get it set up, and you don't have to worry about pH in your water. You don't have to worry about adding any bottled nutrients at all. Everything's in there.
Okay.
And I just recently, last year was the first time I started doing the veganics.
Okay.
And it's using some of the same principles as the super soil, but just cutting out the animal products. So instead of using like fish meal, I use kelp, which is from the sea. It's kelp meal.
Right.
And it has a lot of the same properties. I do use worm castings, which some might say is considered an animal product-ish, because it's like worm poop, but it's not harming the worms at all. I mean, it kind of rides that line. Is it animal product or not? I think it's not. It's worm castings. Basically, dirt is worm castings.
Right.
But yeah, I use a lot of worm castings. I use the kelp meal. I use rock phosphate, which is just a type of rock dust.
Okay.
And I use alfalfa meal.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and I've cut down to just those things. And then I also add a beneficial mycorrhiza fungus in there. What that is a fungus that attaches to the roots, and it helps the roots uptake nutrients.
Really?
So basically it'll overtake the whole soil, the fungal network, and then also attach to the roots. And that whole thing's like pumping nutrients now through that whole network right into your roots.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I add that in there, and that's it. I'm thinking about I might be able to cut out the alfalfa meal. I'm probably going to do a test on the next run, cut out the alfalfa meal, because I've been all about just trying to do it as sustainable as possible.
Okay.
I use these amendments called Down to Earth. You can get them at a lot of your grow stores. I've seen Grow Gear has some Down to Earth stuff.
Yep. Shouts out.
Yeah. The Down to Earth stuff's really nice. I use those. That's the only amendments I'm using, and then I think it's called Brute worm castings. And that's all I'm using. So I'm just trying to get it down to the fewest amendments. It's really cheap when you're doing it that way.
Okay.
It's really easy with the rock phosphate. It helps buffer the pH, so you don't have to pH your water. Like I've never pH'd my water. I have a pH meter. Literally never had to use it at my location because I've never had any problems. So yeah, that's the veganics. I'm just trying to make it as sustainable and economical as possible.
Okay.
And seeing how far you can cut things back and still get the same results.
Okay.
I wish I had some of my product. This isn't my product right now. I wish I had some of it, but it was all gone as soon as I got it. Between me and the friends, probably in about 6 weeks, I'll have some stuff that's cured. Yeah. I'm gonna be pulling down like in the next 2 weeks.
Hell yeah!
And at least give it like a good 4-week cure, and then I'll have some stuff to show.
You got to come back.
Yeah, I have to come back.
You already know. Hey.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Let's light something up real quick.
This is what we're working with here.
Yeah. Hold on, let me take a picture since you said we're doing the joint rolling contest. We got gotta let the community decide.
Oh yeah, did we ever get the results from last week?
We did. Lila whooped that ass. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. Yeah, she beat my ass.
She's not here this week. It doesn't count.
I like
looking
it.
nice this week.
I like what you said. I'm taking it. Yeah, you're right. It don't count because she wasn't here to claim it. So
He's looking nice. I'm changing mine to a good angle.
Damn, you sound like Lila now. Shit, hold up. Damn. Okay, there we go. All right. Oop, other way. There we go. It's that. Oh, my bad. It's supposed to be. My bad, y'all. I'm over here trying to type this shit and do a podcast at the same time. I'm over here slacking. It's that time again. Let's see.
And I forgot, did you mention what strain you were growing?
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Right now, I have the 2 strains going. One is a strain from Green Source Gardens. You can look them up, Green Source Gardens on Instagram. They're all about the sustainable living soils. It's a strain that's it's a garlicot mixed with glazed cherries, which they both are have GMO cookies in them. Both those parent strains have GMO cookies.
Oh, cool.
Which is a pretty hype strain. That one's looking amazing. And then I have one of my strains that my close friend bred, and I'm calling it officially calling it the Lou Glue. It's a blueberry muffin mixed with Gorilla Glue. So blueberry muffin mixed with Gorilla Glue. The first thoughts were call it Blue Glue. I'm like, okay, Blue Glue. Then I'm like, what about Lou Glue? Bred and grown right here in the Lou.
Yo,
it's
I
a
like
Lou,
that.
Lou exclusive, so that's what I'm growing. I'm growing the Lou Glue right now, and it's some really awesome stuff. Wait till I wish there was some terp vision for the Lou Glue when I bring that through, because that stuff has a unique nose,
really?
Especially growing with the veganics. You get the light fruities. You don't get as much as of the pungents and different flavors. The lighter, fruitier flavors really come through. That garlicot still has definitely got some pungent, and there's some pungent terps coming through on the Lou Glue, but that fruitiness, and when you smoke it, the smoothness of it, it's really what takes the cake for it.
See, this is some cold shit. This don't sound like no man who was used to clean trash cans. Damn, I forgot that we did that, bro. I'm glad you remind me of that
I
shit.
know.
It's crazy now that you think about that.
I like using it. We did it for fun. I think she even told us, like, you didn't have to.
Yeah,
we were just trying to make the day go by faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then, but I knew at the time that I could use it for my advantage. Like, yeah, we had to stay back and clean trash cans.
We was chilling.
We didn't have to do schoolwork. Yeah, we're chilling.
I think we might have had more fun not going, because everybody felt bad, and it was like, nah, we kicked it. Y'all ain't have fun without us, no way. Y'all already know we make it lit, so it wasn't no thing, no way.
No, we weren't worried about it.
We always had the class popping, yo.
Yep.
For real.
A lot of fun times. That was awesome.
Hell yeah. Give me some funny smoking stories, bro. You got a lighter over there?
Oh, here.
Oh.
We're gonna light one at a time?
Yeah.
Oh, you light mine first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think what strain this was. I forgot to label it.
It's all good.
So.
I ain't gonna lie, you rolled a nice one.
Thanks.
To be honest. I'm a little intimidated, but I knew you was gonna be a good roller though. I already knew.
Yeah, especially, in the first email, I said, oh, let's do a rolling contest. You're like, oh, goodness.
I was ready. So you said, I was like, you do what it was. We could say, dude. I was like, you finna dust my ass. That's why I was hoping Lila was here.
You rolled a good one today.
Thank you.
That looks good.
I had to go ahead and try to do a little something.
That one's straight.
No.
For people that like them nice and straight and uniform, they might vote that one. Definitely.
But there's some wild cards out there, bro. This one,
I try to perfectly cone it, but this one definitely has a little bit of swerve to it.
Yeah, but you got the nice top, though. You got the Biggie Smalls going.
Yeah, I tried.
I'm noticing you're not doing the extendo filter this time, though.
I've learned. So,
oh, okay.
I've realized, I don't necessarily get points off of that because, a lot of started calling me out on the loose filter. So,
yeah.
I had to tighten it up. I listen to the critiques. Nice. You know what I'm saying? I tighten up. That's what she don't realize. Every time she talk shit, that's all right. I'll fix it next time. Don't worry about it. I'll be playing it off, but low key, I'll be like, oh, okay.
It was subtle. It was.
You noticed it. As a matter of fact, why you ain't roll?
I got my hands busy behind the camera,
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, last time this dude got in it, he cheated.
What? Use the rolling machine?
Basically, used a damn pen.
Yeah. Well, I'm left-handed. It makes things a lot more difficult.
Left-handed.
Well, good thing I'm left-handed too.
Shit.
Right. Good try though.
I wasn't the only cheater on that panel.
A great point. I'll give you that. I will
the other
give
cheater.
you that. You cool? We pass it to them too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we usually pass it to the crew.
Got to.
It's tasting good though. I'll give it to you.
That's not what if it was what I was growing, it'd be hitting different. That's for sure.
Hey, my dog said that's some mids compared to what I got. Yo, all right. So, tell me about the first time you smoked.
First time I ever smoked.
Yo, let me hear that experience.
Man, I don't recommend it. I'll say that much. Don't recommend it. Highly frowned upon. Maybe even slightly disturbing. I'll start out by saying those words.
Shit.
I was very young, bro.
Okay.
I was very young. And I remember I was with my friend Bryce. We were at his sister's house. And this dude just got out of jail that day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this dude, his name was Josh. He just got out of jail that day. Jacked. Tattoos. He's at 420 tattooed on him, pot leaves and stuff. But other stuff, too. All kinds of crazy shit. His sister ends up falling asleep. He had tried smoking before. Mm-hmm. How old was I? I mean, I guess it had to be 5th grade, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
This had to be 5th grade. Or before that. It had to be 5th grade because it was before we met. It wasn't 7th grade. I know that. And his sister went to bed. He went in there. He's a little bit older than me. He went in there and woke this dude up. He's like, yo, can we buy some weed? Like, he had $5. Mm-hmm. He's like, can we buy some weed? We got it. I remember it was bright green, too. Like, I hope it was even weed, dude. I remember this day how bright green that stuff was, and then for years afterwards, I never seen anything that green.
Damn.
Sounds
but we got it, and then we're sitting there, and they're like, we don't know what to do with it. So then we went back, woke him up again. Like, can you roll it up? And he came out, and he's like, yeah, what, you want me to smoke it for you too?
Yeah.
He rolled it up for us. We hit it a few times there on the couch, watching some SpongeBob. Literally.
Hell no.
Literally. I didn't feel much from it. I don't think I was inhaling at the time. I didn't feel much from it. So, yep, that was that. Trying to think when I didn't start smoking for many years after that. Like, many years, probably till around, like, freshman in high school.
Really?
That's when I started smoking, like, for real.
Okay.
And realized what was up with it, how it actually made you feel and whatnot.
That's hard.
Around that time, yeah.
Damn.
What about you?
I didn't start smoking until my early 20s, actually.
Okay.
I think my first time smoking was like, I want to say at 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 19.
First time ever smoking.
Yup. It was
surprised me.
It was fucked up.
It was?
Yeah, because I was drunk.
Oh.
And so I was with some of the homies. And like, I had drifted off because there was these 2 girls that lived next to my homie in his apartment. So we went over there for a minute. There's like, smoke this. And I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna smoke it. But his roommate was like, nah, bro, smoke this shit. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be cool. I'm already drunk, like mad drunk. I'm like, I don't know. I never smoked for real before. They're like, nah, go for it. So come to find out years later, it was a dab. It was weed, but it had fries in it. It had something on top of it too. And so I cleared the bong because I didn't know what I was doing. So like, I just hit it. And so they were just like, oh shit, he cleared that. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that? So now I'm freaking out already because I'm like coughing like crazy. I can't stop. They trying to give me water. Like, I'm like shaking like this and shit. They're like, damn, this ain't gonna go. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? So immediately I'm like, I'm getting hot as fuck, right? So I just like start taking off my shirt and shit like, whoa, what you doing? So like, then they put a blanket on me. I'm like, holy shit, I'm mad cold. So now I start freezing up and shit. So they're like, all right, you gotta relax, bro. And so like, I put my shirt back on and we're like going to a party. I'm like, I don't know if we should do this, y'all. I'm already like fucked up. So then we get to the party and it's like a fun house. And so like, I'm like, no. So I run out the party, right? And I run back to my friend's crib. I just jump in the bed and like do a fetal position. I'm like, come on, like let this go. It's in. So then I wake up. Nobody's in the room or whatever. So I'm like, oh shit. What's going on? But I'm like mad hungry, right? And I'm still high. So I'm like, by the time I see everybody's like still gathered out a little bit, it's like mad early in the morning. And so I'm hungry. Like, can we get something to eat? I'm like, oh shit, my boy got the munchies. Literally, I'm still high for the whole next day.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. I didn't smoke for years after that, bro.
I wouldn't either.
I didn't start smoking till
down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Got me into it.
Bad influence over here.
Yup.
That's awesome.
Yup. Hey, I've been going strong ever since, man. For
Yeah, any bad experience I had with weed, I think there's probably alcohol involved too. It's not the best mix sometimes, especially with heavy amounts of alcohol.
Yeah. And that's all I used to do was drink.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like always on the whole liquor tip.
Yeah.
You know, I still drink from time to time. Tequila choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, tequila.
When I was still drinking, that was definitely my choice.
Okay.
I was drinking strictly tequila. And I haven't drank in a couple of years. Not like I wouldn't ever drink again or anything, but I just haven't.
No, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, I noticed you said earlier about spiritual. Tell me about that, like.
About kind of my spiritual path.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we come a long way. That's why I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I see the dreads and all that, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, the dreads a little bit are part of my spiritual path. As far as I feel like they're kind of like they help connect me to the world.
Okay.
I feel like I could like one day. I've never said that I'll keep my dreads forever or anything. Like if I ever feel like shaving them, I would. It's not like some crazy connection I got or anything. They're right when I started growing weed though. That's how old they are. I mean, they're like 10 years old. So right when I moved to Colorado and kind of started this whole lifestyle, I haven't had my hair cut. I'm a little superstitious, so it's kind of like it's been going good.
Dog
so
Samson
far.
over here.
Like I don't even want to get rid of it. It's kind of like a good omen for me. But yeah, so there's that. I've always been, pretty spiritual. I've always, my mom taught me to pray. Went to private school with you. I mean, I was around a lot of positive. Our private school was cool. They weren't like super pushy or nothing. Nothing weird or anything at all. I mean, it was super nice. Everyone was really kind there.
Yeah.
And coming from a public school and then going there and seeing how kind and awesome everybody was. I mean, that showed me that spiritual people are nice.
Yeah.
So I've always seen that. I wasn't raised religious or anything. And then I started to stray a little bit from the path. Like I always prayed and I'd like see signs in life on how prayer would change my life and whatnot. And I kind of started to stray from that path. There was a time it was when I was going to college, right before I moved and started working on the cannabis farm. All my friends were still in high school. I'd been kicked out so many times. I got caught selling pharmaceuticals in school twice. And then the final time I got caught with beer in my trunk. And this was when I was already on the straight and narrow. Mm-hmm. And I was just driving my friends. And it was at a homecoming game. They seen my friend Bryce getting beer out of my trunk. Damn. And there's a teacher that already didn't like me just because I wasn't the nicest to her. Yeah. And she was like already watching us, what I call bird dogging, watching us like a bird dog the whole night, and then seeing him getting the beer out of the trunk. So then I was sitting in the car. I was already up to no good. I'll say that. I was up to no good, sitting in the car. I'll just share some pretty personal stuff. I had actually bought a pharmaceutical that night that I never even done before from someone like at the football game in the bathroom. Like had that on me and everything. Had a different girl that wasn't my girlfriend with me in the car. Damn. So I was on a whole bunch of bad shit. Yeah. And then I'm sitting there, and here comes police officer, that teacher that hates me, and Bryce, and they're all walking up. I get out of the car, and I'm straying a little bit off the first. I'm just giving you the whole story.
Oh yeah,
okay.
You good?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Here they come walking up to the car. I go to stand, and the principal. I go to stand up out of the car. The principal, and I just maybe stumbled. Don't think I even did. And the principal says, "Oh, look at him. He's so drunk he can't stand up. I haven't drinking a drop." Yeah. And I'm like, give me a breathalyzer. They do give me a breathalyzer, but then they search my car. The teacher said, "No, he's got beer in the trunk." They searched the trunk. Like, we're gonna impound the car. It was in my aunt's name, so I could call my aunt up, Cindy. Yeah. No, don't fuck with Cindy.
For real though.
She showed up
shit up.
Yeah. She's about to literally she's like, "Take me to prison." She'll let it rain on it. And it was crazy, but they still impounded the car. And then that was like my third strike, and they said you can't go back to any school in the district.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I was already on probation from the other shit.
Damn.
And they said basically you got to get your GED, or you're going to jail. Like, you're getting locked up because it's part of the probation. You got to be in school. And you fucked up. Yeah. So I got my GED quick as fuck. I actually did it with no classes and shit. Was able just to get that. huge blessing on that. Started college early. I was working, going to college, and starting to stray. This is when I was starting to stray from my spirituality. I was working a lot of laborious jobs. I was delivering roofing materials up here, loading roofs with shingles. You just take the shingles up on the roofs, all different roofs all day long. And I'd go down there and go to night classes, have my own little apartment and stuff. I was 18. I got the apartment when I turned 18.
Had a similar situation.
Yeah. And then I got a better job, building grain processing facilities, like big silos.
Okay.
Up in North Dakota.
Okay.
Was up there.
Ironic.
Yep. Yeah, with the name. Yeah. I did not like having the name up there. Yeah, it's goofy. It's goofy. But my girlfriend at the time, the story's gonna get pretty heavy here in a second, but it's about my spirituality. Okay. All right.
All right.
It's gonna get pretty heavy here in a second. Okay, but we're gonna stay light through it.
I guess do I need to light this up?
You can light it, and it made me who I am. I'll say that. Okay. For real, it's gonna get heavy as shit in a second.
All right, man. Shit. Hold on, bro. Go ahead and hit this shit.
Okay. So I was living in North Dakota, grain processing facility, making really good money. They pay you really good up there. It's like one of the most least populated spots. It's hard to find workers. I was up there working, Jamestown, North Dakota. My girlfriend, she was like a party goer. She was going to college down here. We were still actively in a relationship. She was going to college down in Farmington. She got kicked out of school. She got kicked off at cheerleading, actually. She got kicked off at cheerleading for being seen at parties, and she had, maybe it was multiple times she got in trouble. There was just a video, there was a fight that like got shown to the cheerleading coach or whatever, and she was just in the background. Kicked off at cheerleading. Damn. Brought her whole shit down, because I mean that's what she'd been doing her whole life, and brought her whole life crashing down in her eyes. I'm like, screw that. I'm gonna come down there. You can move to North Dakota with me. You can, get on a cheerleading squad up here. She wanted to be a professional cheerleader. And it's going to be really hard to do now. So I came down from working that job, took some time off, came down, and we were out partying. And this, I'm going to tell you some of the details of it, and it's pretty heavy to be sharing on the air.
Get it out if you want to.
But I want people to know, and this is what's showed me some of my deep spirituality, some of these things that happened, and showed me how spirituality has nothing to do with time sometimes. Well, I came down. We're going to parties and whatnot. We're just going to party it up with my friends, and we're going to go back up there. Go back up to North Dakota, do our thing. Obviously, I didn't have any place to live down here, so I had a hotel room. Got a hotel room. I had called it the night before. She was at her house at this point. I had this terrible dream. And in the dream, and my dreams have always been weird for me. I've had lucid dreams and growing up, all kinds of stuff. My dreams have always been weird to me, but this one was different. And in the dream, I wake up in the bottom of like a rickety shack in the middle of the woods. But when you wake up, all I see is just like some stone walls. It's damp. It's dark, and there's a stair set in front of me and the door. And I wake up to the screams of my lover, Nicole, at the time. And it was her yelling for help. I go out, I'm trying to follow the screams. I cross the train track on my right and go out into the dark woods. It's pitch black. I can't see anything. And I hear a train coming. And in the dream, I'm going to try to keep my composure during this whole thing. In the dream, I had to make the decision to either stay out there looking for her, or in my head I thought I have to go back across the tracks to where my family was. Went back across the tracks. Train comes, I barely make it. I run down the stair set. My aunt and my mom are standing there, and they have their arms locked, and I run into their arms. And they grab me up like this. I wake up in my bed, and like legit straight wake up like this. And that's like never even happened to me. I'm sweating. That's happened to me plenty. And it was so bad I couldn't go back to sleep. It was weird. It was like weirder than other dreams. Called Nicole up, had this crazy dream, couldn't go back to sleep. Next day, whatever, I had a song stuck in my head that I kept singing. I found myself singing. It was I'm not even going to sing it right now because it's just too crazy for me. But it was you might even know it and you might be able to think of it later and figure out what song it was. It's this old song about a car crash. And I was just singing it in my head. I'm like, found myself singing it. Weird. I'm at this party. I won't skip, actually. We're at a hotel room. Nicole's telling me, she says, I feel like I'm going to die. She said that to me in that hotel room that day. She said, I feel like I have no reason to live, and I can't picture my future. And we held each other and cried. We went to a party. My friend Dunk's there. He's like, what's up, dude? Like, you're not seeming like yourself. I told him everything. I told him there's this weird song stuck in my head. Like, I had this weird dream last night. He was the only other person besides Nicole. He's the only living person today. I'll say that, and you think you know where the story's going. Today that knows that I told about that dream. I've told a few people here, but now I'm sharing it. Told him that we leave there. We both been drinking. We finished off like a fifth between us two. She was very small. She'd be drinking a lot. She was known to drink a lot, is what I meant to say. She'd been drinking a lot in her daily life for how small she was in general. But we finished off that fifth. We're going to my friend's house. Here's another crazy layer to it, to all of it. There was a time when I was, and this is all with the spirituality, and this is all going into it. So you got the levels of the dream, that song, her in the hotel room. Well, there was times in life when I felt like I was physically dying or at the end of my days prior. And I had been stealing things. And not even really thinking about it. I had been doing it for the rush. And in my head, God was telling me, the voice inside myself, whatever you want to call it, I don't think you have to call it any certain name, was telling me like, hey, this is why this is happening to you. And I'm like, okay, like I'll never steal again. Just please, like, relieve me of this. And it was relieved. I was better. And that night we leave there. I go into a gas station. There's no worker up front. I'm standing there. I have some beef jerky chew. He doesn't come. I slip it in my pocket, walk out, take off down the road. Cops come up behind me. I literally try to duck off from them. They pull me over. Really close to my friend Cole's house this time. They can actually see it from the porch where I'm at. They watch the whole thing. Cop pulls me over. I'd been out of town for so long, my license is expired. Like I just I don't know if it's from when I was 18 or whatever, but it was expired. And the cop said, hey, you can't drive. You could smell, he texted me back to his car. I could smell the liquor coming off him once he got me into the car. He knew, but I was basically sweet talking him. And he's like, well, you can't drive, can the girl drive? And I'm like, yeah. She takes control of the wheel. We leave, we get into an argument. Had a fast car. She gets it on the highway, hits it to the floor. It literally has it topped out. It has a governor at 115 though. At 115. And she's saying some stuff like, we're going, she was supposed to be going home to her house. And she was trying to come to where I was going to my grandma's house. And I'm like, we can't go to my grandma's house like this. That's basically what I was saying. And she was like, yeah, we're going there, I'm going there with you. And I said, no, you're not, no, you're not. And she said, fuck it. And that was her last words. And she cut that wheel. Car flew off the embankment. She passed away instantly. Car literally into shrapnel. I wake up in the field. I didn't know how far away at the time, but I was probably around 50 to 75 yards from the wreckage. And I was down a 40-foot-ish embankment from the highway. And it was incline like that. And I remember sitting up, so I remember her saying, fuck it. I don't remember anything. I remember sitting up in the field and thinking, first thought was get to the wreckage. And then I hear a car pass by, woof, and I noticed I was closer to that. I'm like, okay, no, get help. Blacked back out again. I don't remember anything else. They found my bloody handprints climbing a pipe, literally. Climbing a pipe up out of there, dude. The next thing I remember is I hear the crackling of flames. I hear the crackling of flames, and it's a noise that I recognize. And as I'm hearing that, I'm like, oh, that's the crackling of flames. And my vision goes from being blacked out, and it literally goes out like this. And I'm standing up on the road now, and I'm looking down into the flames. And then it fucking goes back like this. Next thing I remember, they're pushing me backwards into the ambulance. As soon as the ambulance lights hit my face, I kind of come back to again. I'm like, where's the girl? Where's the girl? Is she okay? Is she okay? They already knew at the time what had happened. And I was getting that vibe. And, I was just pretty hysterical, freaking out. Didn't know what was going on, blacked back out. I remember getting back to the hospital and not wanting the EMTs or whatever in the ambulance to leave me, because I'm scared I'm gonna die in there. So I was telling them, I think y'all are keeping me alive. Take me to the hospital. This next thing I remember is I wake up to this bullshit ass motherfucking cop in my motherfucking face, bro. They didn't know if I was even in the wreckage,
right? Because
of the shape I was in. And they did a scientific reenactment, because anytime there's a fatality, they have to do exact scientific reenactment. They're going to tell you the angles of everything, the trajectory, all this shit. Couldn't tell me. Straight up. Couldn't fucking tell me. They didn't believe I was even in the wreckage. They didn't know what the fuck was up. I was fucked up a little bit, not that bad. Mm-hmm. And they didn't know what the fuck was even going on. So they're in my face like, what the fuck you do? That's what I woke up to next. Treat me crazy as fuck. It was fucked up. And then I'd never, blacked back out from then. Still it became more and more real, and how it, as I processed it, it's changed obviously over the years. But yeah, that cop was in my face. I filed the report on him. He showed up at my door, dude. I wish I could remember the name, because I would call him out right now. Stupid bitch. Down there in St. Francis County. I called him, filed the report. He showed up at my door, bro, a couple of days later. Mm-hmm. I come out, I'm literally, still pretty fucked up. I'm laying in bed, come out without my shirt on, because he just knocked on the door. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm just standing like this. He's like, are you trying to intimidate me? No.
Right.
What the fuck? He's like, and then he's just mouthing me and saying, when I called in on him, they're like, oh, I can assure you, he didn't do anything, out of order. He's, one of our best guys, all this bullshit. Anyway, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. I dropped it. He was just hugely out of place. He didn't know the situation, I guess, of what was going on, but he was hugely out of place and didn't realize, what kind of, the things he was saying to me, yo, you left her there to die. You kidding me?
Right.
What the fuck? So that, but then that, they couldn't tell me how I survived. So that was what hugely, ever since then, every moment I feel has been a gift ever since then. That was in 2013. Damn. So that was, and then right after that, and then they I was in bad shape though, and they wanted me to get surgeries to fix my back. I had some herniated discs in my neck and my back. One of my hands, I have a little bit of scarring and stuff here. This hand wasn't working the best. They prescribed me all these medications. I was on, at the same time, I was on OxyContin and fentanyl.
Good.
At 19 years old. But I'll tell you, I asked for this. I did ask for that.
Yeah, but you don't really...
I didn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and the OxyContin was for what they call through the breakthrough pain, because the fentanyl is on patches, and it takes a while to kick in. So if you're having an episode or whatever from the pain and feel you might pass out or whatever else, you would take the instant relief OxyContin. That's what they had me on. And I wasn't healing. Might have been, it was about a year I was on that. And then I got the opportunity to move to Colorado. And I decided that I was not going to take any of the pain medications with me. I'd already been not taking it like I was supposed to. I only take it a couple days a week. I'd saw in my family, the destruction that pain medication could cause. Mm-hmm. So I already knew what the deal was. Mm-hmm. So I was in so much pain though, and the pain medication was making my tolerance to pain so low that the days that I didn't take it, I wouldn't be able to sleep. So I'd be up for days and then have to take the pain medication to even sleep. I was in pretty bad shape, but I was also going through these spiritual, like so many just spiritual realizations and just realizations within myself of who I want to be and what a happy life for me looks like and whatnot. What's going on during me being on the pharmaceuticals and everything. So it's not like if you're on pharmaceuticals out there struggling with that, it's not like it's blocking you out from any type of spirituality or anything. But it probably is blocking you out from a lot of the physical healing that you could be doing using natural medicines. And that's what it was doing for me. So moved to Colorado, said fuck the farms, I had unlimited cannabis, started using large amounts of cannabis extracts. I was making my own dabs out there, taking fat dabs.
Okay.
And felt myself healing. Started just stretching, doing stretches, just whatever felt good. Just stretching it out, just breathing, being physical, hitting the punching bag, getting my nerves back going. And over time, I healed myself using the cannabis. So that's what gave me the connection with the cannabis. And the spirituality all goes hand in hand with it for me. Just happy to be here every day. Have seen that there's definitely higher power things going on, stuff that's beyond what we can realize or understand. And that's kind of what spirituality is for me. And it seems like to me, things that I know for sure, I can tell you the things that I've prayed for and just been very clear to the universe that I wanted. And if they were good for me and they didn't hurt anybody else, and if it was just, and it's generally things for somebody else, it's all came true. Mm-hmm. All my prayers have came true. So that's a type of spirituality to me too, is just praying. I pray every time before I eat. That's the time I take my time to pray. Every time before I eat, I'll pray, give thanks, everybody that brought the food to me, whatnot, and take it. And my daily, that's how I remind myself to stay spiritual. I carry it into my daily routine, so I don't stray from my spiritual path. Every time I eat, I like to make that connection.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That is hard, bro.
There it is. There's the spirituality.
You already know. I wasn't sure the dapper. I was like, damn. Halfway through, I was like, damn. All right. I kind of got a few things out of this whole conversation. Not even, that was deep. Mm-hmm. That was, wow. Man, for real though, bro. That was hard. Damn. That was hard. I gotta start figuring out how to be, vulnerable.
I'm happy to share it, yeah. I'm happy to share. I didn't know if I was going to share. I planned on not sharing it, actually. I thought about it. Planned on not sharing it, but it felt right. Yeah.
That's it. If you need me to edit it, just let me know.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's a message. Yeah, you edit if you feel like if it's too heavy for people, you go ahead. But
bro, we go there.
I feel like it's good. It's a good message. 'Cause, those are the details you really probably need to know. And, I'm sure you can see with me that I'm telling the truth. That you need to know to realize, hey, this kid, this doesn't look like coincidence. There's some spiritual stuff going on.
Facts.
So, that's what it is.
I already know this one of the realest motherfuckers. I know. Man, that boy, it used to be so lit. Speaking of, that's what I was going to go back to, your Aunt Cindy, man. Yep. She was so lit. I remember when she took us, I think that was somewhere in Illinois where they had the lights and all that.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever rode in a convertible.
Yeah.
That shit was hard. Yeah. And it was the Christmas lights and all that shit. So, it's dead winter. She peeled the top off. She got the heat going and all that. That was one of the dopest things I've ever done in my life.
Awesome. Yeah, she worked at Chrysler back then. So we were in the Chrysler convertible and shit.
Holy, that's right. Cause
she was working the Chrysler plant here in St. Louis.
I remember that. Cause
we'll
have to talk about that off air.
Yeah.
Connection. We'll have to talk about it. I can't remember if we used to talk about that back then or not. Can't remember.
A little bit. I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you might know what I'm talking about already then. Damn. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yep. So, we had a lot of good times. Do you remember that time, though? Because that's the, you're talking about the Lady of the Snow Shrine is where we
Yeah.
went. We went to Lady of the Snow Shrine for that light show. You remember leaving there though? We got lost. You remember that?
Yeah, and it took hours for us to get back.
And we got lost in a bad neighborhood. Those people were blocking the street.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got lost in the east side. That's right. I forgot all about that. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
they're
right.
blocking the street. They're about to try to jack us.
And
Sonny said,
Yup.
And then we took a wrong corner. We had to come back by him.
Yup.
We passed him. She was like trying to hit him. They were like hitting on the car. Flooped around. We had to come back by him. It was scared.
Yeah.
So
There's
he's ready for round 2.
probably 20 of them out there.
Yup.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
That was males and females.
Yup.
It was wild.
Yeah, I forgot all about that shit, yo. That shit. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. It was
We had good times.
Yeah,
We
for
had good
real.
times.
For real though, man. This is my partner in crime, like for real, yo.
Yeah.
I was so sad when I never saw you. I was like, what the fuck, bro? It's like, where my guy go?
I know.
Here we are.
Yeah, that was the last grade in that school too. It was the 6th grade.
Yeah.
And people went to different schools. How many people from that grade did you end up going to school with? None.
Yeah.
Okay. The place you went was called what?
I went to St. Angela Marisi after that
Okay.
for like 6th and 7th and 8th. Then I went for high school. I went to this school called CBC.
Okay.
All boys
CBC.
school. Yeah.
Yep.
It was lit.
And then Nathan from our class. Well,
Yeah.
you racing trucks and stuff now?
Yeah.
Was he doing that?
Yeah, and then he's into a lot of stuff right now.
Man, that looks awesome. Bro.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, shout out to Nathan.
Yeah, shout out Nathan, man. I seen you with your truck, man. Looking great, bro. Good for you.
We got to catch up with him.
Yeah, we need
I
to.
think he's supposed to be in town soon.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm ready to catch up. Yeah, been back in St. Louis for a few years now. Yeah, ready to catch up for sure.
Shout out the crew. Shout out Amber.
Shout out Amber.
Yeah.
Living right across the street from my school.
Yup.
Was lit.
Yup. That shit
Yeah,
was
super cool
classic,
crib.
yo. Yup.
Yep.
Damn, man. The memories, yo.
Wild. What a crazy reunion here on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. You might have to make this bigger, though. Yeah, we're going to have to make a bigger reunion. I don't know if we'll be able to do that on the podcast.
Yeah.
But this shit is lit, bro.
I mean, only 6 people in a class. You might be able to get away with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The one dude we'd have to try to hunt down, which would be crazy, would be Luca.
Yeah.
Because the dude didn't even have TV or nothing back then.
Nope.
And so nobody even knows where he's at.
He was all in the books and all that.
Yeah.
He was talking about Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
I always remember that. He's like, you got to watch it. They're the funniest in the world. I'm like, man, that ain't comedy. I don't know what
He
you're
might be
talking
stuck in the 30s still.
about. And he was old school. He was, for real, though.
Yeah, we didn't get along with him the best. So we got along with him the least out of everybody, but it was all his kid stuff basically.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure we'd be cool now.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up talking to him like a couple years after that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He-
Where'd he end up going to school?
I think he went to school with Amber and them for a couple years after
Okay.
that. Yeah. It's a place called CA.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Wild times, yo.
I remember being in that school. I remember doing the worm. I remember doing the worm in the
Yeah.
school. One time this one kid goes to do it.
And he hit his
bust
chin.
his
Yeah,
chin,
I remember
bro.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yup.
He goes down to try it and like we're in the basement.
Yup.
And it just was a thin layer of carpet. Like I don't know if there's any padding there.
Nah, hell no.
And dude,
yo.
just boom. It was bad.
Yo.
I felt bad.
I remember one time I was on some shit like that. You know, the monkey bars at the jungle gym where it had those 2 poles in the middle, and you would always do like the flip. I remember a little kid tried to do that shit and he landed straight on his head and straight split his shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Bad influence, man.
yeah, I felt so bad.
Dang.
I felt so bad. We used to do all shit though, cause this dude he was a little stunt double back then, yo.
Still am. No, I still am. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, no, I'm fully. Yeah, after I'm literally 100% fully recovered now from everything. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. So
That's what's up.
I'm still up to stunts. I'm riding BMX. And
Okay.
climbing rocks and shit like that. Still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If you look on my Instagram, you'll see a little bit of me riding BMX. Maybe I'll post some new stuff. I have some clips, but I have some stuff from like a year or so ago.
That's right, cause you used to have the ramps and shit.
Yep.
Oh, that's
But
right.
I've
This
been-
motherfucker used to try to have me riding on ramps and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I ever actually did it or not.
I don't know. It was a little, yeah. All our ramps were like the plastic ramps on concrete, so it was a little sketchier
Yup.
because those could go slide and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was all like, nah, they don't look too safe.
Down where I grew up, we'd ride mostly on dirt jumps, so a little
Yup.
bit chiller.
Yup. I remember that part.
Yeah.
Definitely remember that.
Yeah. Going sledding behind that Rittner right by my
Yeah,
house.
yup.
Getting some speed and
Yup.
all them trees.
Yup.
That was crazy back there.
Yup.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, like I said, there's so many memories, bro.
Yeah.
Just within 1 year.
Yep. Yeah, we were best friends. That's crazy.
1 year.
Yeah.
You guys are living whole lifetimes within 6 months.
Yeah.
Hey, man. We was lit.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Like, because we didn't do anything other than just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't do no work.
That's awesome. It's awesome how respectful you were back then too. Because even though we were like, kind of like the bad kids, we were still very respectful. And
Oh,
everything.
yeah. Still try to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You telling that kid not to cuss around me, I'll probably never forget that. That was awesome.
Man, I wish I could remember that.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking
I'm
about. Was
Yeah.
it,
Probably the only other kid you ever brought over there. He's an older cat.
it was Eric, wasn't it?
He got in trouble for stealing a lighter out of Miss Gerald's drawer and stuff.
Oh, shit. Nah, yeah, I thought you should say his name. They don't even bleep that out. He a family man now. He a father and everything now.
Okay.
Shout out to the homie. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Well, you know.
Because he didn't do it. I mean, for a private school, it might have been a big deal from where I'm from.
Yeah, that's
It
what
was
I'm thinking.
nothing.
I guess I'm thinking on them terms. You're
Yeah, I
right.
talked about smoking weed when I was a child, so
Hey, that's true. How come I never caught on to that?
to me doing that, well, I never did it anymore. I mean, we did it that one time. I didn't film nothing. I thought it was weird. The dude just
okay.
got out of jail and stuff. I mean, this is weird. I ain't trying to go to jail or nothing.
Yeah, but didn't you used to smoke cigarettes back then?
Yeah, I got caught smoking cigarettes when I was a kid.
Okay, I think I remember. Yeah, I
My
think I remember.
yeah,
smoking
before we
cigarettes.
ever came up. Yeah, before I ever came up to that school, I got caught smoking cigarettes at a really young age because my sister kind of influenced me into it a little bit. She was 8 years older than me, and it was like I kind of like if you do it, then you won't tell me kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was before people knew how bad it was too.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just remember that one time you jumped off the trampoline and you fell onto that chair.
Did I get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was hurt for like the whole weekend.
Oh.
I remember I was such an asshole. I just remember dying laughing when he hit that shit.
Yeah.
I was like falling on the trampoline laughing, and he's over there like, "Nah, bro, for real, for real." I really fucked myself up this time.
No, he
bad.
was not an asshole. You might say that. No, this kid was super nice.
I was, but hey man, I like to have fun though.
No, we had hella fun.
Yeah.
We had hella fun.
I always talk shit.
Did we go to Dave and Buster's ever?
Trying.
Six Flags or any type of shit like that?
I know Six Flags.
We went to Six Flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we went to David
Okay.
Buster's or not.
Went to Six Flags, yeah.
Man, bro. This is so wild. So, like, what's your life like now? What you got going on now?
Right now, doing a little bit of the cannabis consulting for a few people. I've been doing mostly the cryptocurrency stuff for the last year.
Okay.
Had a couple kind of leads in cannabis industry that I've thought about taking that could still be potential. Just trying to find out what's best for me right now. Just kind of focus on the crypto stuff and the CBD stuff. Even though the CBD is not really doing much right now, but I have plenty. And if anybody needs the CBD, I can do cartridges, tinctures.
Yes.
My girlfriend specializes more in like other types of herbs.
Okay.
Like wild stuff that grows here in Missouri. So for skin conditions, like lung conditions, all kinds of different stuff. If someone wants to hit me up on my Instagram, they can message me on there. Let me know what they got going on, and we could do a custom formula with some wild stuff from Missouri. And then I would also put in the cannabinoids, the CBD, CBC, CBG, CBN, CBV, and CBT would all be going in there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, explain the name and the brand.
Yeah, so my brand is called Ooh-Ah, like ooh-ah. And it stands for Offerings of Health and Happiness.
Oh, like that mattress drying commercial.
Yeah. Ooh-ah. It is. There's my commercial.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's the brand. Haven't sold a whole lot. Also, what I do a lot, I've been going to a lot of music festivals for the last couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, going to music festivals has been a great way to network, the cannabis industry, meet people that need CBD, and just meet really cool people that are great connections to talk to and everything in life. So, yeah, music festivals have been nice. There's some great ones here in the region, like in Missouri. one maybe in October. You can come out to my friend's throwing one. It's
Good.
like less than an hour away, really near where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right. It's right in the town that I grew up in. It's a small town, but it's out in the woods. Beautiful land. It's called Astral Valley.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I've been out there a few times for
You've been
some local burns and.
Okay, nice. Yeah, out at Astral Valley.
We
Yeah.
going.
Yep, my friend's gonna be throwing a festival. Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Been doing that. There was one out at Astral Valley I just went to called Reconnection, and a lot of them are like wellness based. So there's a lot of cannabis stuff there. There's a lot of yoga stuff, just healing stuff, just community stuff about talking about your problems and just living comfortable lives. There's a lot of stuff that promotes that there at these festivals. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm with it.
yep.
I saw that. I remember you. I think I tried to connect with you another time. I tried to get you on for an episode.
Right
You
before I was
were saying
going to
you're that.
Reconnection.
Yep.
Yep. The next one I'm going to is called Secret Dreams.
Okay.
That one's in Legend Valley, Ohio. And it's like 7 hours from here. Papadozio is the main reason I'm going. It's a band, and he's got a pretty good message. And they play instruments. It's kind of like psychedelic-ish. Stuff you can play, though, and like do anything, or play in the background and like do work or whatever. It's like that kind of music. Some real cool, chill music going up there for him. And then there's some really popular electronic artists, like Tipper is going to be there. And then a group called Pigeons Playing Ping Pong is going to be there. It's like a funk group. That's huge.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to go to that. That's the 19th of next month. I'm actually going to volunteer up there. So I'll be doing some work up there, volunteering, and then get a free ticket. So it's a good way to get into a lot of these festivals because the ticket's like, $300 or something. But you can go up there, and, I'm going to put in 18 hours of work. And then that's a great way to meet community as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Save some money, yep.
Hell yeah. So, and other question now. I got a couple questions now to add on. So, like, what type of music do you listen to? Just
I listen to all kinds of music,
Okay.
from rap, from Grateful Dead style stuff, jam band stuff. Some of my favorite bands. I always say my favorite band is Aaron Cam and the One Drops. Local band. He's amazing. Aaron Cam and the One Drops.
Okay.
Almost anybody could get down to him.
Okay.
Like your grandma would probably like him.
Okay.
If you got a son, you would probably jam to him.
Yeah.
He just played a show. He plays shows in St. Louis all the time. I think he's about to do a little Texas and Southwest tour right now, though. But I just went to a show 2 nights ago, or Friday, a few nights ago, Friday night. Went to a show at the Big Top. It's like a circus tent they got. It's a venue they do.
Down the street, you're talking about,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's put on by the lot, which I thought it was on the lot right by the Oyster Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's not. Maybe it's a couple blocks from that.
Right next to the Locust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my shout out to the homie Matt Washhausen.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a lot of graphics for the community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he works there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool little venue. It was we went there on the hottest day. They had some fans set up, and inside there it wasn't so bad.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be blazing. It was like still like 90 degrees out at night that night, but yeah, inside that big tent, it was comfortable. Aaron Kim and the One Drops are awesome. Papadozio is the top artist. It's like one word. I believe it's Papadosio. Papadozio. They've been making music for years. As far as rapper R&B, like Smino.
Oh yeah,
Shout out
fuck with Smino.
Local.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck with Smino.
Oh,
Um,
we need to get Smino on the show for real, for real.
that would be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
I would
him
love
in
to see that
concert
one.
a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen him in concert yet.
I've seen him a couple times here.
Yep. Shout out Smino. Love his shit. He's got a unique sound.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I like popular people. I like J. Cole.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
Kendrick.
Yup.
Um,
You like Drake?
I like Drake. I can't say I don't like Drake. Yeah,
That's
I
the-
love Drake.
I ain't gonna lie, that's my favorite out of
Yeah, I can't say I don't like Drake, man. I love Drake.
Yup.
Yeah, for real. He's just so good. I mean, it's hard to say you don't like him.
Yeah, I feel like you just be hating if you say you don't like
Yeah,
Drake. At this point,
yeah,
you got like at least something that he dropped.
yeah,
At least.
yeah. He's so smooth.
Give me the top 3 people that you would smoke with.
Top 3 people I smoke with: Wiz, number 1.
Fuck yeah, same.
Number 1.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. We gotta make that shit happen. I'm trying to get Wiz on the fucking show.
Yeah.
Like, that's a bucket
Come on,
list
Wiz.
guest, yo.
What's up? What's up, bro? Do it for the community here in St.
real
Louis
though,
and the
bro.
Midwest.
Yeah, come on the show,
We
Wiz.
need you
Like,
out
for
here,
real,
bro.
bro.
We need you out here.
That should be hard.
Yeah. I had a dream, dude. One of the best dreams I ever had. I was smoking with Wiz, dude. I thought that shit was real as fuck.
For real?
Yeah. He pulled me backstage at the show. Was what the dream was. And we were back there blazing. It was all cool as fuck. Yeah.
I said, man, I think he's coming on tour here soon.
Mm-hmm. I've seen him here before. I'd love to see him again.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I haven't seen Wiz live.
Oh, it was tight.
I've seen J. Cole live. I've seen Drake live. Big Sean. Nelly, of course.
Okay.
That's basically all the rap. Nah, Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah, I saw him when he was fat though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I saw the real Gucci.
The real Gucci. Yeah. Have you seen that video of Lil Wayne reacting to? I don't know what website was putting out like a top 3 rappers or top 10 rappers of all time, and it's a video of Lil Wayne reacting to someone telling him like what the top 10 rappers of all time was.
No,
dude, you gotta look the video up. It's like, yeah, Lil Wayne reacting to the top rappers of all time because he's sitting there and they're telling him they're like Dre. The clip starts out as like Dre's number 2, or no, he's like he's like Drake's number 3. He's like, oh okay. He's like, I thought Drake might be number 1. That's what Lil Wayne says, and then he's like, did he say Dre or Jay-Z? No, he's like Jay-Z's 2. He's like, okay, Jay-Z. And then he's like, and then there's a pause, and then Lil Wayne sitting there. He's like, who's number 1? And the guy's like, Gucci. He says, Gucci. he says, Gucci who? He says, Gucci Mane. And then the dude's like, yeah, Gucci Mane. And then his reaction, bro, he just like starts laughing. He's like, shout out Gucci. He's like, shout out Gucci. That shit, bro, you got it. That's the best clip. It's one of my favorite clips.
Yo,
bro.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I can imagine in my head how Wayne was.
Yeah, he's like, Gucci who? Gucci Mane?
That's like,
but I mean, you can kind of get. He's put out so much music too.
Yeah,
I love Gucci. I'm not hating on Gucci, but it was funny. He wasn't either, but he was just surprised.
That's like when Soulja was talking about Drake. Drake? Oh shit, bro. Damn, man. I feel like so much to talk about, but I feel like I don't even want to spill it all on there. I feel like, damn, man. This is crazy, man.
This is
crazy. For real. This might be like one of my. This ain't no mic. This is one of my top episodes, like for real. Like,
awesome.
This is crazy. I feel like, oh man. Yeah, let me have a vulnerable moment right now. Like, for real, like, this is crazy because today has just been one of those days where it's like I'm really starting to understand what all this really is. And, like, what I'm doing isn't anything light. And, yeah, I really just appreciate everybody for, like, following this and really supporting this. Like, so shout out to Block. I went again, and the homie Jones was in there today. So me and him had a great conversation, and he was just saying how, like, he was like, bro, like, you're really known out here, man, when it comes to this cannabis thing and this podcast. And I'm just like, wow. Because literally, like, this just started with me. Shout out to homie Ryan. And, like, shit, like, it was just me and him at first, just, like, sitting up here talking about weed and shit. Now it's just really grown into all of this. Now we got Tyler on board. Shit, we got the homie Eddie on board. We got Lila. We got fucking Matt. We got Alex, you know, helping with the graphics and whatnot. And the animations, yeah. We got A Stark. Shout out A Stark. Like, shit, we got a fucking team, yo. And this shit has just been like, wow. We've really been putting in work and we really on to something, yo. And, like, I keep telling everybody, like, honestly, this ain't shit yet because we ain't really even done anything yet. Like, this is just the beginning. Look, we just heading on year 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, hey.
Great time to be starting. Great market evolving in Missouri. And
Yeah.
it's good to be a podcast to help lead that.
Oh, yeah.
Lead the positivity and just the information here and creating community. Yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely. Like, I definitely want to keep Too T3rp at its essence, always for the community and for it to be informative and really to put people on, like, for real. Like, that's how this started. That's how this all grew. And I feel like that's the only way it should stay. When it comes to Too T3rp. Anything else I do, I can't promise y'all. But when it comes to turn, we always gonna do this. Like for real, for real.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. Damn. You got any questions for me? Or anything?
What was the? Is there a pivotal moment that made you kind of start loving cannabis or wanting to do the cannabis thing?
Oh man. I'd say back when I was living in North County, I was at my condo when I really started smoking. I was just kind of like sitting there one day and just smoked. And it was just sitting there and just thinking about my life at that time and everything that I was going through and really just not being happy with my situation. I hated my job, like hated what was going on, like family-wise and all that. And I was just like, man, like, what can I do to fix this? Or what is it that I need to do? And I just started like, I don't know, it just hit me out of nowhere. Like, it was weird. It was like an epiphany. And it was all just off of smoking weed. And I was like, wow. And it just like fucked me up because then I just started writing everything that I wanted to do. Like, it's like, I need to get out of St. Louis. I need to go ahead and like figure out what it is that I really want to do. So at that point, I knew I wanted to do podcasting. I just didn't know how to get into it. And at that point, I was also going back and forth from Denver because I had friends out there. So, like, I was really feeling Denver. So I was like, all right, I got to figure out a way to get to Denver. So I had this grand master plan that I was going to make it a year's effort to get out there. But what ended up happening was I cut that time short because I just had a lot of things going on with family and all that. That just, like, weren't understanding the vision that I had for myself and what I wanted to do, because it just kind of didn't run necessarily with what all the family had and what all was going on with the normal family flow. I kind of wanted to go against the grain and do something a little different. And so a lot of the times that's not necessarily looked upon as the best, because it's like you're going against what, you know, we normally do. And it's like, but sometimes, you know, when you put me in a predicament of, you know, having a great education, being able to see different things that, you know, not a lot of people got to see, it changes perspective and it changes views, and it lets you know that there's just more than what is placed right in front of you. You know, you can do more. You just gotta be willing to risk it and take it and make jumps. So, long story short, I ended up making a spiritual journey to Denver. It only lasted 2 months. That's why I call it a spiritual journey, because I really moved out there. I just ended up homeless out there and had to come back home. But it was like one of the best times I had out there, because for the most part, if I really had known what I was gonna do, I really just would have took 2 months off and just really just explored. Essentially what I did in Denver. Like, I really learned about cannabis while I was there, and like I wanted to try to get into the cannabis scene out there, but I realized you got to be a resident of Colorado for 3 months. So that was one of the things I didn't know before I researched. And I got there, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm finding this out. So then I was like, well, you know, maybe I could just research things, figure out a job. So I learned how to bartend while I was there too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I was there, I did a lot of hiking, all of that. So it's like kind of like really getting in touch with self. And like you said, spirituality. That's when I really started really believing in God again, honestly. Because going out into the mountains and just looking out and just seeing the horizon and just really feeling all that air and just like seeing like, wow. All that land, and just, that's one of the reasons why now, like, I always have views and whatnot, because you just always got to take in, like, someone created this. Like, for real. This, and it's just beautiful. And I don't know, there's like a couple moments that I had there where it's like life-changing, where it's just like, okay, I'm just going to take any risk that I want to take now. Like, what's the point in not? This whole podcast, this was a risk. Like, you know, putting my voice out there and like hoping that somebody listens. Like, all of this. 'Cause I had a podcast all before this too. So, and it was a great podcast, but I feel like the whole team didn't see the long vision of it. It was more like there needed to be money attached within a certain year frame. And I'm kind of one of those people where it's more like, hey man, I want to just build, and the money will come eventually. And if we do this right, it's gonna, when it comes, it's gonna come, and it's not gonna stop. But you know.
That's kind of my beliefs in life too. You want to keep going on?
No, you good. Shit.
Yeah, especially with the cannabis. A lot of people will try to attach a dollar amount before they're even growing.
Yeah.
And I just feel like anytime you're doing that, you're not going to get the best outcomes. And if you just really focus on just doing things right and just doing things right, and like if it's a podcast, having a good product, the podcast is the product, and it looks like you guys are, doing a really good job with everything I've seen. So
thank you.
And just putting in that work, I mean, it speaks for itself. Rather than just focusing on the money and then you end up trying to cut corners. And,
exactly.
Yeah, and then you end up with a product that's obsolete and the competitors are doing better than you and you can't do anything.
Yep.
So if you just focus on doing the best that you can, and that almost, I feel like that is kind of is a mindset that overlaps with a lot of things in life, is just not focused on the money aspect of it and focusing on what's the actual outcome. Even if it's like getting a house or getting a farm or getting a certain spot, try to focus on the actual thing that you want rather than the money value attached. And I feel like it's a lot easier to make those things happen. That's what I've noticed.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
A lot of things are alchemy.
Yeah.
Have you read The Alchemist before?
I have The Alchemist at my house.
Read that.
I haven't read it yet.
Read it. It changed my life.
Really?
That was one of the reasons. That was one of the weed. That was another thing it helped me do. It really started helping me focus and read a little bit more. I did I audiobooked it, but it still made me go into that frame of mind of where it's all right, I need to start getting educated more.
Yeah.
So I started audiobooking a lot of books. Yeah. And that was one of them. And The Outliers, that was another one that really Malcolm Gladwell.
That brings me into a good topic that I wanted to talk about. And I forgot, The Spirit of Water.
Yeah.
Dr. Emoto.
That's right.
Dr. Emoto. It's a book. Dr. Emoto, The Spirit of Water. So the book's not by him, but if you look up Dr. Emoto, Spirit of Water, you're going to get a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to find the book. You'll be able to find the studies that he's done. Basically, what this is and what the whole concept is and what the studies have proven, his studies have proven, and countless studies since then. Are you familiar with any of this, or have you heard any of this?
No.
Okay, it's a good time to get a drink of water.
Okay.
Right before the Spirit of Water. It's the Blessed Love Water. Yours too. Blessed Love Water. Because what I'm about to say is proven science, and it sounds like some hippy-dippy crazy shit. But you have to look into it. The Spirit of Water, Dr. Emoto. What it is, it proves that human thought and words affect the environment around you in a physical way. Literally. So literally the way that you're thinking and what you say will literally change the environment around you. Like we're made up of 70% water. Mm-hmm. The planet's made up of around 70% water in general. What the studies have proven, what his studies have proven, so basically the studies go like this. You take a couple jars to one of the jars, and you can do it with words, and it's easier. I'll start out by just doing the words, but it works with thought too, I'll just say that. But so you have 2 jars. You just take some tap water from whatever. You could take some ultra polluted tap water, regular tap water, whatever. And then to one of the jars, you say a bunch of crazy stuff. Fuck you, I hate you, piece of shit, I'm gonna kill you, I'm so mad at you. And then to the other one, I love you, you're so beautiful, you heal my body, you're the essence of life, hydrate my cells, I love you, thank you, this is a blessing, prolong my life. Love, love, love. Then you freeze those. And then you look at them under a microscope. And what it's going to show is the one that you said all the nice stuff to is going to have a very aesthetic, beautiful pattern within the ice crystal.
I have heard of this.
It's literally going to be very beautiful. And then each little different thing you say to it will make a different little beautiful pattern. And then the bad things you say to it is going to muddle it. And so that's just on the surface of it. I mean, you can just take it as that, like, okay, I can talk to the water and make it change ice. And you can just leave it at that if that's all you want to think about. But if you want to think deeper and deeper into it, it's pretty wild. The planet is 70% water. Yeah. We're 70% water. It's proven that our thoughts alone, and they've done it across the world. So they've taken a jar of water. Everybody, it's a group of meditators. They see the water, they fly it across the world 2 different jars. They're going to meditate negative thoughts on one, positive on the other. They can do it and change the ice crystals. And that's a form of spirituality to me too. And it's and it can be spiritual, but it can also be scientific.
Yeah.
And during my the kind of epiphanies I said I was having during the times after my car accident, it was with the scientific stuff. It was with showing that, I mean, the science, like when it gets to the quantum level, it gets to these levels where you can't really explain, it's very spiritual. And showing that a human thought can change the way that an ice crystal forms. If you want to leave it at its face value and just see that, I mean, it's a pretty wild thing just to realize, because you can't deny it. Yeah. You can't deny it.
I have heard of this before.
Yeah.
Now that you explain it, I have heard of this before.
Yeah. And it goes into cannabis growing, like, just showing good intention. It comes down to intention. What's your intention on that plant? Is it to make money? It's probably gonna be weird. You might make some money, you might not, but if it's just loving it and nurturing it, you're gonna get good results.
Yeah. I have heard, because it's basically talking to the water, right?
Yeah, talking to the water, and you can even just focus your thought on the water and change the way that the molecules are formed in it. And that also changes the way that your body uptakes it, because it's just more aligned. It's more aligned with your cells naturally, so it just can be uptaken better.
I remember this now. Okay.
That's some pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, the spirit of water, some people, I mean, it makes some people uncomfortable. I like just because, well, especially like non-spiritual people are like, because sometimes stuff that people can't see or the unknown just makes people uncomfortable. It's whatever, but I've talked to people about the spirit of water and showed them the book, and they're just like, they still don't want to believe it. I'm like, what do you mean? And then they had a bunch of schools throughout, was it Japan? It was either Japan, I believe it was Japan. I'm just going to go with Japan. A bunch of schools carried out experiments, and they would have 2 jars of rice, and in thousands, maybe tens of thousands, I don't remember the exact number, of classrooms, they'd have 2 things of rice. And each day all the kids come in, and they say the translation of you fool in Japanese, and the other one they say I love you in Japanese. And then after a month or so time, one of the rice, the one that you say I love you to, is a malted rice. It's malted rice, you could eat it. The one that you said you fool to is black. And this is the result that all these schools were having. So you could literally talk to the rice and change the way that it ages. Change the way that it ages, I'll say.
I feel like that makes sense, because like with plants, they tell you to talk to your plants.
Yeah, and it sounds crazy, but there's proven. And you've heard that it's proven that you can play good music for it, and that's proven too, but this ice crystal stuff's even more, like, there's a lot of studies behind it, and you start looking into that, how human thought can change water, and it's pretty wild. And then it comes back to, so there's water, but then there's also a particle of light, what's called a photon, and it's proven that human observation changes that too.
Really?
That's proven. You can look that up. Does human observation change the behavior of light? And it's going to put you on these quantum physics studies that show that human observation, when no humans are observing light, it travels in a beam, straight in a beam. When a human observes it, it changes to a wave. Instantaneously. And it shows that there's other studies that show that time doesn't, at the exact speed of light, one of Einstein's theories states that the faster you're going, the slower you're going to experience time. The faster you're moving through space, the slower you're going to experience time. And at the exact speed of light is when it gets to 0. So at the exact speed that they've calculated light at, is that in a separate equation, they've calculated that to be the exact speed which you're going fast, so fast, you're experiencing time slower and slower. You've probably seen this in movies, like in Interstellar, it shows it. He goes to another planet, and he's moving at a different speed, and he's experiencing time in a different. That's showing this Einstein's theory.
Okay.
And it's about the faster you're going, the slower you're going to perceive time. So at the exact speed of light, time gets to 0. And what that shows is that light particles can exist in infinite places at once, because time literally doesn't exist to that. So what we're all made of and what we're seeing and everything exists in infinite places at once. It has infinite forms. And it can almost be overwhelming thinking of it. It can make you feel a bunch of different ways, but it's for me, it's what ties me back into the spirituality, and it kind of just shows that how you are connected to your environment and how your intention really can change the way that you experience life.
That makes sense. It's a mindset thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely get it. Cause, yeah, speaking positivity into your life, like
Mm-hmm.
in all ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, changing your mindset. I mean, changing the way that you see things
Like you
will
said,
definitely
yeah,
change your life.
Yeah, I get it. Cause it's like you gotta say it, you gotta live it, you gotta speak it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're speaking everything to existence.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds cliche because you hear it a lot, but it does. But then, and that's why I like to look at the scientific data behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine with me sounding cliche and whatever else, but then once I see the scientific data and I'm making these connections, I'm like, I mean, it's basically right here. It's showing that we affect water. We can affect light. I mean, what else do you need to know? I mean, just... And there's also times it's not like I'm just walking around Mr. Positivity 1,000% of the time. There was long periods of time where I went with having positive thoughts, which I thought wasn't possible. Mm-hmm. So I used to believe in a balance almost within my daily life, mm-hmm. is what I used to believe in, mm-hmm. where I almost had to have the same amount of negative and positive. Mm-hmm. But I completely broke free of that thought, and I still think there might be a balance in the universe or in the world or in the existence, but I think it can be much larger than within one person's life. And I kind of tried to free myself of trying to see the balance, because it was almost bringing it upon myself. Like, I have to have the same amount of bad as good. And I did go, like, over a year for sure with basically no bad thoughts. Like, just feeling very, very positive all the time. Then entering more unknown kind of territories in my life, like in relationships and, buying a home and different things like that. Mm-hmm. Definitely there's like times when I've been outside my comfort zone and I can fall into a different mindset. Mm-hmm. And definitely with the things I've been through, it can get, like, it's definitely like a PTSD of sorts, if you want to label it as something, because it's like I fall into that and I start thinking about the bad things, and it can get very dark for a second. Yeah. So I still definitely battle with that. But I can go long. I know it's definitely possible to go long periods, even probably your whole life, without having any of that. I've felt that. Mm-hmm. And, just be as positive as you can. Basically what I was trying to say by that whole thing is, like, some people are like, oh, it's hard for me to be positive. Like, what's wrong with me or something like that. It's like, just be as positive as you can. Take the steps that you can. And just try to bring as much good into your life as you can.
It's a daily process.
Yeah. Can I spark that thing up again?
Huh?
Can I spark that up?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Dang, we over here getting deep as hell, yo. What you got to say to all of this, Tyler? Where you been at?
This reunion turned into a very spiritual awakening, honestly.
Hey, man. Shit get like that, yo. Yeah. It's KCA. Like,
what's that?
It's that KCA shit.
Oh, yeah. That's the name of our school. Kingdom Christian Academy. It's literally a small house converted into a school.
Huh.
Yeah.
Have you go by there?
Yeah, I go by there. I've taken everybody I'm ever in St. Louis with, I take them by there. I'm like, I went to school there. Now, like, it's been a different thing, like a few different things. There's like a realtor group for a while or something. Now, yeah. What is it? Is it
I think it's a church again.
Church again. I think. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
so you said you started believing in God again. So for a while, you weren't.
Mm-mm.
You're just like, you thought it was kind of fake, or what?
I definitely got jaded, especially like around when my grandma died. Like, okay. Yeah, because I was like mad. I was 18, and so it was just kind of like, all right, for something like, she died of lung cancer, mm-hmm. but she died within like a week of being diagnosed. Mm-hmm. So it was just kind of like, man, for that to happen to somebody that was so amazing like that, it was kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know about this thing, man. Like, it's too twisted for all of this. But now I kind of look at it in hindsight, and now I can look at it as, you know, it was a blessing that he gave her.
Yeah.
You know, he let her go home.
Yeah.
He let her kind of go earlier than what, you know, we all would have wanted, but she definitely she didn't get to suffer no more. And that was the best part for me.
It's hard, yeah. I feel like, you know, losing somebody or, you know, the fear of death is definitely one of the biggest things that hold people back in life from living a happy life.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, attachment, I feel like, I mean, it's hard to say, I mean, with the loss that I've been through, and I've had to learn this, but it's because at the time, that, I'll say this too, the girl that passed away in the car accident, Nicole Reed, you know, bless your family if you see this and your family sees this. And that was the only girl I'd ever made love to at the time. And it was, I mean, it was like, it was huge for me. It was like the girl I planned on spending my whole life with. And but that connection I've learned is a connection to a material thing. A body is a material thing, and connection to material things can lead to suffering. Yeah. So you might not be able to, but if you're able to break free of that, trying to connect to a material thing or treating it as something that's like going to be around or whatever, you don't have to think that you're going to lose everything either. You just got to understand, just have faith in the process and have faith that you'll have what you're supposed to have, and whatever may happen after this, that it's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that is true.
And I mean, if you're able to do that, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's can free a lot of people of what they're worried about. The connection to material things is making the decision that it's a connection to a material thing. You know, it did a lot for me.
Makes sense. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's my fault.
No, you good?
I had to go out.
Yeah. Oh, what you thinking?
I'm just being excited and looking at every audiobook I have to listen to now.
That's hilarious, yo. Yeah, man. I ain't heard from you much this episode. How's your weekend been? What'd you do this weekend?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Video editing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You excited for this Way Too Terp to come out?
Yeah,
I was telling you about it earlier.
Yeah, it should be fine. Incriminating, but fun.
Yeah, man. Y'all get to hear a whole nother side of T, man.
Oh, God.
It's more Cap than me after the last episode, I feel.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, it's almost like I wouldn't say it's a competition, but it's more like, you know, everybody's getting their introductory episode.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of seeming like, essentially. Like, you had the first episode. Cap stole the show for the second episode.
Yeah, learned he's a living MRI's nightmare.
What's that? I'll have to wait and see on the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Inside joke, I'll wait until the episode to figure out.
Oh, there's going to be plenty of inside jokes that people don't know about yet. The Tyler Farquaad, that's a whole inside joke.
Oh, it's a good time to get social media now.
Yo, those memes are going to be popping. I can't wait till Builder Girl gets a hold of those.
Oh, yeah. I've been checking my DMs every time I see his name pop up. Like, oh, what is it now?
That's my dog, man. Shouts out to Builder Girl again, man. We just finally got done smoking that shit. I got to tell you, I got to pass it to some of the homies. They said it's the truth, yo. So
yeah, Pink Kush was definitely
Pink Kush.
Oh, yeah.
That strain.
Yeah, you got it?
I don't have it. I love that strain though. That's one of the ones I grew out in Colorado.
Mm.
I grew that as an outdoor strain out in a place called the San Luis Valley.
Okay.
And it's like this super remote part of Colorado that I was forced to move to. I was living in near Grand Junction, or I was living in near Glenwood Springs, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I was growing there in a house, and my landlord sold the house, and I was forced to move and buy some super cheap property. So I bought the cheapest property I could get, and it was in this place called San Luis Valley. And it was in the middle of the desert where there's literally no roads out there, bro. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Great Sand Dunes National Park. It's out there. It's so if you go down, you know Pueblo. You go to Pueblo.
Yeah.
You go down Pueblo, and then you go west over that mountain range.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole ass desert over there. And I have property there.
Really?
I was forced to buy that property, and yeah, the Pink Kush was one of the only things that came out looking really great. Because I moved it all from indoor, moved it straight out into that desert. Crazy climate switch I'm going out. And that pink kush, and then some sandstorms were coming through, like crazy winds out there. The pink kush came out looking nice. That was a strong strain. Strong strain.
For sure.
Yep. San Luis Valley, yeah, that place, man, that's a beautiful spot out there.
Really?
San Luis Valley, yep.
It's famous for, was that dune surfing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the great sand dunes. You go sandboard surfing out there. There's also natural hot springs. Like the Native Americans have always been there for all the time in the natural hot springs because like it gets really cold.
Okay.
So you can go into the hot springs like when it's snowing outside and you're outside just in a natural hot pool. And then there's like a town out there called Crestone, which is a little hidden gem in Colorado. It's probably my number one spot I'd recommend anybody go if they go to Colorado. Would be venture to Crestone. Some great hikes back there. Really great community back there. A bunch of earth ships style homes and stuff back there.
Okay.
And it's at the edge of that desert. The desert like is in between two mountains. It's the biggest high. What's the exact definition? It's a huge desert way in the sky. I'll say that.
Okay.
The desert.
Highest altitude.
It's like the highest desert of its size or something.
Okay.
The floor is at 8,000 feet, and then it's like 70 miles across.
Wow.
And it's straight flat, and then it's like 100 miles down, like down the valley. So you can see storms like all over the place. Like there might be a storm like 50 miles that way, and one like 50 miles that way, and you can see lightning strikes and everything out there, and you can just be sitting on your property and it's nothing. And the rainbow's getting gnarly out there because of all the different storms and the light coming through. Like, and driving through them, like I've seen rainbows go from 2 to so spread out that it's like infinite rainbows. Like literally, they'll like just spread out. You drive up underneath them and they just spread back out there. San Luis Valley is crazy.
Damn.
I think we might need to invest in a mobile studio.
Yeah, for real though.
Go out there, yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at those sprinters.
We should, I'm down to make a trip out there.
Hell yeah.
Later this year or whatever.
Okay.
Let me know, because I'm definitely trying to make at least one trip out there. We can go out there and hit the hot springs.
Hell yeah.
And the hot springs in that place are cheap.
Okay.
It's like $10 to get in, bro. It's like $10 to get in there.
Really?
There's this one, bro. That one, yeah. There's a greenhouse. You go into the greenhouse. It's open till 1 in the morning, and you can smoke in there. Low key, if the right people are in there, you can smoke in there. I've never been in there. I'm just saying that because we're on the air. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to smoke in there or what, but if the right people are in there, you can just smoke in there. Okay. Yeah, it's a greenhouse, and the hot springs come up, so it's all natural water, and it's super mineralized. Okay. So it's like supposed to be really healing. It makes your skin all soft and everything. Hell yeah. All natural water, and it's like real hot. And they have different sized pools, so they have like a big one in the middle, and since it's bigger, it's cooler. And then they have like smaller and smaller ones. So the smaller one's like super hot, like hotter than like a normal hot tub for sure. And like ooh, like it's pretty intense. Okay. Yeah, and it's nice. Yeah, burn down in there. Fuck yeah. That place is called Hooper Pool. That place is so low key. Okay. So cheap. There's some other awesome hot springs out there that are like a little more tourist attractions. There's one in Pagosa Springs that I'd recommend too. Pagosa Springs, Colorado. It's like $50 a person. And it's really nice. It goes into, I don't know if it's the Colorado River, but it's a major river. So they have different little pools set up. So they basically just tap into these natural springs down low and then just bring them up into pools. Oh, that's hard. And out there in Pagosa, they have it all set up and it looks very natural still, like it's all rocks and everything. And then you go down to the bottom one and they have it like barely blocked off where the river still flows into it, so it's still kind of cold. And you can go in there. It's like you could be in there while it's snowing if you wanted to, but it's like still a little bit cold, but you're in the river, and then you can jump into the actual river right there, and it's really cold, and then just come right back into it. Damn. And you're down in the river like while it's snowing. It's like really cool. Damn. Yeah. Went out there, took my mom out there, and my girlfriend last year. It was my mom's first time, and it was amazing.
Hey, my dog a Rolling Stone or a player. That's one thing for sure. You was always a ladies' man.
I guess so. I mean, I was raised by my mom and my sister. They were very. You didn't get to meet my sister because she moved to England.
Yeah.
Before we met, but they were very, very nice. So I've just always had a high respect for women. Kind of, really, I've kind of drawn to more feminine stuff a lot of times, or kind of give off a more feminine kind of vibe than I feel like masculine a lot of times.
Yeah.
Got them insider trading secrets.
Nah, man. I remember that was one of the things that we had in common too, though. Yeah. It was always getting in trouble about all of that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Good times.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Damn, man. This shit is hard, Joe.
This is crazy. What an awesome time.
Right,
what a great day to be alive, be able to have a reunion, and have it filmed like this. This is awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never seen no shit like this.
Yeah.
So how many years? It's been 10 years, right? It's been 7th grade. We had a Six Flags reunion.
Right. So it's got to be it's past 10 years then. It's almost like what?
I was supposed
14.
I was supposed to go there in
15?
2011. So it'd be what? 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
So 2008, 2018, 14 years.
Yeah.
14 years. 14 years. And it feels like it hasn't been that long.
Hell yeah.
For real.
Damn, yo.
You know what I mean? As far as the connection goes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, wow.
Because we were that tight, for real.
For real.
And we
all in 1 year, yo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to, I got to find out all the shit in between, like, all the fuck shit, though. I can't wait. So we can't talk about on there.
I got too many fucking... Yeah, I'll bring some in. I got too many fucking wild stories. Growing up where I grew up down in that town, there's so many.
Bro, you might have to be a guest on Way Too Terped, actually.
I'll pop up, yeah.
That's where we talk about, like, all our unscripted shit. Like, we just, like, go out the cuff and just talk about any and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that would actually be kind of fun.
Yeah, especially going to festivals consistently. I feel like you definitely got...
I got some stories from festivals. Honestly, though, growing up, down where I grew up, I got more stories from that. It was just some... I don't even know what was going on in the era. Just like in the era, it was just like alcohol-fueled, hormone-fueled, like boredom-fueled, wild shit popping off down there. Because it's an hour south of here. It's pretty rural, and there wasn't anything going on, so kids just kind of went wild, man.
Yeah.
So many crazy.
That might have been
upbringing, yeah.
I guess that might have been close around then.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn. You know what? Yeah. What you got going on? Yeah, we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you might have to be our guest this week.
Okay.
For Way Too Terp.
Yeah. And for the listeners, you can check out the unscripted and unedited version on patreon.com.
Ooh, I like it. There you go. Look at my mans over here. Hey, man, we got a teamwork going here.
Yeah.
I like it. How you like being behind the mic?
It's empowering still.
Good. You're doing good.
You sound good on the mic. You got a good mic voice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Definitely a face for radio.
Oh, man.
Not true.
Nobody's seen his face.
Okay.
We're trying to keep it, like, hidden for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as we can.
I think last time on camera, I was wearing significantly less clothes, so...
Okay.
That's it. We'll have to... Ooh. We got to retell that story on...
Have you ever seen... what's the name of that show? That driving show with the Stig? Have you ever heard of this? You know what I'm talking about? Top Gear with the Stig?
Yeah.
He's he's a driver. He never takes his helmet off.
Really?
No one knows who he is, but like everybody looks up to him.
Huh.
I was just kind of getting that kind of vibe, like the masked man behind the camera.
Yeah. Or like, you watch comedy at all?
I mean, I've seen some stuff, but
You heard
not actively.
of Chrissy D?
Mm-mm.
So he's this dude. He's a podcaster and he's also a stand-up comedian. But like his video guy is named Homeless Pimp. And for the longest, like he didn't have him on camera. So I feel like that's kind of like a pod theme a little bit. They at least got one person that's always behind the camera that never comes behind. So it's like
Just waiting for the statute of limitations to blow over.
Oh Lord, you keep on saying that, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I shouldn't manifest anything.
I was going to say, like, hey, dog.
So you smoke mostly weed? You smoke dabs or what's up?
I'm a flower guy.
Flower only.
Not only.
Okay.
I'll do dabs. I haven't had dabs in hells though. Like we'll hit the pen, but I feel like I got the rigs and all that. Like that one I use. Shout out to Jim Glass. That's one of my favorites, yo. And everybody that I've had hit out of that, they say it's the truth.
I can check this out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
She lives out in the Ozarks.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, we went out there and did an episode with her.
Oh, it's a little recycler.
Yeah.
It's a recycler built in, yeah. Like recycles
Yep.
too. So I thought this was just a cosmetic piece. I know that's got function.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I was told to tell everyone this is a prototype. This isn't her like authentic real work. This was just something that
Okay.
she put together.
I got
She
you.
said this is which she's got some fire pieces. As a matter of fact, they're over there though. But yeah, she's got some fire pieces. Oh yeah, that's BC though. That one, that rig.
I smoke almost exclusively dabs on a daily basis, but then
Really?
when I like if I'm at festivals or like special events, I like to smoke the flower.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like something I save for that.
Yeah.
Nice. Who's doing these ones?
That's Jim Glass, same person.
Jim.
Yep.
Is it Jen or Jim?
Jim. Jamie.
Jim.
It's like her first initial, Jamie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are nice. And this one too?
Yep. Yeah.
I've actually been watching some glass blowing stuff recently. I've been watching some glass blowing stuff recently. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, like
Watching those videos.
we've had a couple of glass blowers on. I'm trying to get a couple more on. Those are always some of my favorite episodes when the glass blowers come on.
Yeah.
They're very interesting people.
Yeah.
Very interesting. There's a theme that happens amongst most of them so far. It's an inside thing. Well, I have to start pulling like the camera in a certain angle and see if people notice it.
Start going for the feet cams.
Speaking of that, I saw your story today.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, every time I DoorDash something, it only gets more and more interesting, to say the least.
Explains to the audience.
What happened?
No, because I don't want to talk to people, especially at 10 o'clock in the morning when I'm not feeling good from the night before. So I'll do like the contactless delivery. And there's just a whole picture of her foot
No.
right next to my order. It's like I'm surprised there wasn't a link to Feet Finder on the receipt.
That's for the tip. That's how you get the tip.
Yeah, definitely 5-star review.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh, so you a feet guy?
No.
Well, I don't know. You might not be the best one to judge then.
I'm as good as judging the joint rolling contest, I guess.
Oh. Wait, who did you vote for? Good question.
Oh, I didn't vote for anybody yet.
No, I'm talking
from
about
last week?
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to stay anonymous, so I'm going to keep it anonymous.
Wow. Wow. How about?
Not you. He's basically saying not you.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. You could have just said it. Say it with your chest.
No, I'm trying not to
I'm not giving.
divide the team.
It's all good.
I voted for the underdog.
Oh. I mean, hey. Way to clean up. I like it. You know, balance. I like it. That was balance.
Yeah.
That was balance.
The coach doesn't play the game. That's what I'm keeping myself at.
Ooh, I like it. We're gonna start. Okay, AKA Coach T.
Yeah, we'll keep it that. That's better than Farquad.
No, we keeping it.
Ah, shit.
Come on now.
I don't have that much room in my IG bio yet.
Yeah, I got more AKAs than I do. It's so wild, bro.
Is there anything else you're trying to get into on here? I don't know how long we've been running or whatever. I can roll up another one if you're trying to talk about it a little more. What's up?
Shoot. Man,
How long we've been running right now?
like 2 hours.
Oh, we're 2 hours in.
That's what I'm saying,
Nice.
man.
Yeah, this has been a good one.
Yeah, let's
It
go
flew
ahead.
by.
Yeah, let's kill it. Because we got you coming on. Like I said, we going to talk. I
Yeah.
want you to come on later this week and do Way Too Turp with us.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yep.
Yeah, because that one's going to be lit with Cap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Right on.
Yeah, Captain Mo Green. Have you heard of him?
Nope. don't
Okay.
know.
Bet.
Yeah, I don't really know that many people. I'm friends with the guys over at We Grow, and then I got some friends at Head Change. But other than that, I don't really know that many people in the community up here. So
Well, we're
happy
about to get
know.
you acquainted, bro.
Right on.
Yeah.
Welcome to it.
Awesome. Excited to be
man.
here.
Hey, it's
Thanks
about
for
to be lit,
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Hell yeah, and it's just the start.
Yep.
Man, y'all don't even understand how hyped I was about this shit. This is wild how, like, these full circle moments keep on happening. Like, last week, I had somebody come on that I knew him for, like, shit, probably almost, like, 10 years. It's, I don't know, it's just, man.
Some bangers.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I feel like the game is really about to change, man. We getting, see all these lights and all that, man. Like, the equipment's getting better. Like, the team's getting stronger.
K Valley's not finding a place to sit down anymore from all the equipment.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. See? I don't know. We still need to, I feel like we'll really have made a new step when we can move into a new spot. I still want to keep this view. I'm not going to lie. So we might have to try to figure something out. Hopefully we get blessed with something soon where we can make some cool things happen. I got ideas, but, you know, all in due time. All in due time. Like we were saying earlier today. All in due time.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let them know your socials.
xodubz on Instagram. You can hit me up on Facebook, too. Under my name, Dakota Womack, on Facebook. You'll see me hanging upside down by my feet from a tree on there. That's me. Yeah, message me. You won't see a lot of cannabis stuff on there. But message me if you got anything going on health-wise and you're looking for some good natural medicines. I might be able to point you in the right direction or hook you up with something. If you're looking for any knowledge on organic or veganic growing or growing economically, hit me up on there. Dakota Womack on Facebook, xodubz on Instagram. So, thanks.
Yeah.
That's clean.
I don't leave your shit.
Oh,
Yeah, we all got to close out first.
okay, let's do
All
a
right,
close
all
out.
right. All right. Hit yours.
No socials T behind the scenes, the biggest hypocrite on the IG.
Oh, nice. Y'all already know. All right. Shout out Lila, a.k.a. your grow girl from Grow Gear. And, a.k.a. Lila Midwest, because she does it best. Make sure y'all follow her at Grow Gear on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all follow Ryan at Risky Fargo now. I saw he switched it up. Yeah, follow the homie. He'll be back soon. Like, for real. Don't get it twisted. That's still the homie. We talk all the time. As a matter of fact, I talked to him today. He almost made an appearance today.
Okay.
But yeah, that boy be getting caught up with the skating thing.
Yeah.
He always be skating. That's the one thing. If y'all check out his Instagram, he be out there, yo.
Skating?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I can ride with him some places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He be around.
There's a lot of spots around here. I used to just come out here at night and just ride
Really?
BMX, all night out here.
Really?
Yeah, just through downtown. There's all kinds of good spots.
Yeah, we're going to talk.
Yeah.
All right. So, where was I at? I finished Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then Too Terp. So follow Too Terp on Instagram. Make sure you follow our YouTube. Make sure you follow that Patreon. And then also hit us up on the hotline 314-399-9711 with those text and email. Oh no, with those text and voicemails. And then don't forget to follow me, Donovan 2408, on all social media platforms. All right, it's been another episode of Too Terp, and we will see y'all next time. Peace.
It's Too Terp.
Yeah.